I'm not chit-chat, problems at my job, wondering what to do. I know I should be working, but I'm thinking of you. And just when I feel this crazy world is gonna bring me down, that's when your smile comes around. Ooh, I love the way you hold me. By my side you'll always be. You take each and every day, make it special in some way. I love the way you hold me. In your arms I'll always be. You take each and every day, make it special in some way. I love you more than the words in my brain can express. I can't imagine even loving you less. Lord, I love the way you hold me. Whoa, oh, 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 oh. I love the way you hold me. Oh, 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 oh. Well, you took my day and you flipped it around, calmed the tidal wave and put my feet on the ground. Forever in my heart, always on my mind. It's crazy how I think about you all of the time. And just when I think I'm about to figure you out, you make me wanna sing and shout. I love the way you hold me. By my side you'll always be. You take each and every day, make it special in some way. I love the way you hold me. In your arms I'll always be. You take each and every day, make it special in some way. I love you more than the words in my brain can express. I can't imagine even loving you less. Lord, I love the way you hold me. Whoa, oh, 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 oh. I love the way you hold me. Whoa, oh, 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 oh. I'm so grateful and thankful for all you've done. Wish I could tell you in a short story or poem, but all I have is my voice and this guitar. And you have my heart. Ooh, I love the way you hold me. By my side you'll always be. You take each and every day, make it special in some way. I love the way you hold me. In your arms I'll always be. You take each and every day, every day. I love the way you hold me. By my side you'll always be. You make each and every day oh so special. I love the way you hold me. In your arms I'll always be. You take each and every day, make it special in some way. I love you more than the words in my brain can express. I can't imagine even loving you less. Lord, I love the way you hold me. Whoa, oh, 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 oh.
I suppose we should get going.
Yeah! Let's go.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 0.
Good morning. Hi, everybody. Good morning. Yes. Good morning. Thursday, live from the Dreamstyle Remodeling Star 88 Studios. Dex, Steve-O. Hello, everybody.
Oh, hi.
Hello, everybody. Coming at you. Coming at you, channel 1057. Coming at you. I'm going to name off all my old stations I was on. Coming at you live on 96.7 Kiss FM. That's right, that's right. Coming at you live from 97.5 The Peak. How's everybody feeling, all right? You doing good?
Good, man.
Week's almost over.
Oh, praise be. I can't wait to head into the weekend where I have to work twice on Saturday and all day Sunday. Woo!
Hey, man, you did it to yourself, all right?
No, we had a couple part-timers quit, and I'm covering shifts this weekend. If you want an exciting career in radio,
Are they talking about the comic book store?
No.
Yeah, I guess we're looking for some people to work part-time here at the radio station. It's a good way to get your foot in the door.
That's right.
That's right, everybody. I'm telling you, it's the best time to get in here.
It actually really is.
You know?
Yeah, because you never know.
Good opportunities. So if you've always been interested, what do people have to do? Just email?
I'd say start there, and then once the position's posted, we'll give you the link. But
there it is.
Yeah.
There it is, everybody.
Yeah.
You got to start somewhere.
It's getting closer though. It's getting closer. So yeah.
When I first started in radio, you know, I wasn't even on the air. I was seriously just a babysitter, kind of board operator. Just made sure that because back when I first started on radio back in 1998, it was so long ago, guys.
Wow.
There had to be somebody in the building at all time, like the FCC.
Yep.
Said there's got to be somebody there to take meter readings, and I had to, you know, record audio, you know, pull up some news, produce some of the morning shows, and worked that midnight to 6 shift. That was kind of being 18. It was a weird shift for me because it was you know, overnights are never fun. But then I got to kind of just sleep all day and then get up and hang out with my friends that were in college and then go to work at midnight. And, yeah, it got pretty hard after about 6 months.
Mm-hmm.
But eventually, you know, I think it was a few months into, you know, being the babysitter that I got offered to do a voice tracking gig, which was an on-air thing.
You know what's funny is, and, you know, not speaking to our current situation, but it's a different culture. Like you mentioned the fact that you weren't on air for 6 months, right?
Right.
Like I was a volunteer here before I was thrown on air, right? And I think that's hard for people who just want to be stars.
Oh, yeah.
Like, well, yeah, but I want to work in radio so that I can be on the radio. It's like, right.
Mm-hmm.
We all do. But it doesn't happen overnight.
Right.
And when it doesn't happen overnight, you usually lose people.
Yeah, I've met all different types of people that they'll get into radio just because a friend of a friend was like, we're looking for somebody, and they'll get in, and they don't want anything to do with being on air, or they even get on the air and they don't even want to be on the air. And or the person who gets on the air and immediately wants to make a ton of money, and or you got the ego. Some people, they can't handle it.
Yeah, Thebes wanted to know if the starting pay was enough to support a family of 7.
Absolutely,
totally
not.
In New Mexico. You could in New Mexico though, because it's a part-time position.
It's part-time.
So what you do is you rely on the government. Trust me, it's worked out so well for so many people here.
Yeah.
So, yeah, man.
Yeah, shoot us an email, studio@star88.fm if you're interested. And
if you've ever wanted to be in radio, now's the time because we're desperate.
We're desperate.
So we'll probably hire you.
We're desperate.
Let's be real.
Steve does not want to work on the weekend.
I work 7 days a week. So does one other person who works here.
Right?
That's pretty awful. So,
gosh, that's crazy, right?
Yeah.
Oh, wait, I think we have a commercial for the position. Hold on.
Attention, potential broadcasters. This radio station is looking for a morning show. If you have any experience at all, if you've ever been a professional broadcaster, if you've ever owned a radio, you're qualified. The preferred candidate will have endless personal stories that have no point. Strong opinions on subjects they know nothing about.
Truth.
Bad coffee breath. Endless complaints and demands. Funny dents in their phones. And above all, lots of radio station t-shirts. So, if you feel this sounds like you, don't bother applying. Simply drive to the station and begin working immediately.
Wow.
So, what are you waiting for? Start your new career today. Radio. It's not just a job. It's a really easy job that our morning show takes for granted.
Wow. Yeah. Yeah.
A lot of that was true.
Remember their star me wants to know, okay, talking radio, what's the difference between a radio host and a large pizza? Do you know? Do you know what the difference is?
No, I don't. Tell me.
A large pizza can feed a family of 4. Thanks, guys.
That's good, man. That's real good.
Thanks.
Real good.
Yeah.
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 My favorite thing that I've witnessed over the years is you have that buddy that who is funny in real life and thinks that, oh, I could do radio, and then they get on the air and they completely freeze.
I've had a couple of those friends.
Those are the best.
Where I was like, you would be great. You should come do the show with me once.
And it's just a train wreck.
Once. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I've seen everything, guys.
Yeah.
We've seen it all.
Joe says, don't forget, works in small room that smells like farts. That's probably true. If we tilted the camera for YouTube, you would see all of the candles in the background that Heidi keeps buying because she's constantly complaining about the smell of the studio. So you're not wrong.
That's true.
I bought new shoes yesterday for that reason. I was like, my shoes are starting to smell.
Yeah, right?
How old are these shoes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gets all hot and musty in here.
Mm-hmm.
Gross.
Yeah.
You guys can chime in. We're live on YouTube at Star 88 FM.
All right.
Watch the show, hang out. You can even chat with everybody. Good morning.
Alicia wants the job, man.
Yeah?
Apply, Alicia.
Yeah, take a risk.
Just send us an email, studio@star88.fm. We'll get you all the information
Go
if
for
you
it.
guys are really interested. Because we really do need help.
Yeah. Yeah. You don't even necessarily have to have any experience, right?
No.
It's a lottery system. We'll just basically pull your number out of a hat. Just kidding. I don't know how.
Unless you volunteer as tribute.
Yeah, that's right. Phone lines are open if you'd like to call in. 505-338-3700. And you can text in as well. What's the live line number?
505-585-LIVE. That's 505-585-5483. Text in, be a part of the show.
What do we got this morning? It's Thursday, so we got B-Nix coming in with 3 degrees.
Oh, man. I'm so happy. I just realized, yeah. It's easy day, guys.
It's easy day. It's easy day.
It's easy day.
It's just kind of a kick back and coast.
Yeah. Hangout day. I'm excited.
Shock Therapy Live coming up at 9.
Yep. Absolutely. We're doing one.
Oh, yeah.
Heck yeah, we are.
Heck yeah.
I love this day.
So great.
Best day.
Best day ever.
Of course, tomorrow we've got the Karate Hottie coming in studio.
Karate
so that's
Hottie.
Exciting. Dude, rest of this week's so easy.
And it's time to slay all day.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, what else is going on? Let's see. I got some more food stuff to talk about.
Dude, shout out to Target real quick. Yeah. They got in all of the new Avengers toys yesterday and spoiled something else for me for Endgame. So I don't know how I'm going to leave my house and be on the internet for the next 3 weeks.
I don't get it. What do you mean? They spoiled something?
Yeah, I can't say it because it was a big deal to me. Yeah.
Well, is it a big deal to everybody?
I would say so.
Oh.
Nothing about this in the trailer whatsoever. And then all of a sudden, boom, toy that was clearly something that was like, oh, well, that's a thing now.
Huh.
That stinks. Brody wanted to know so badly and was like, son, I can't tell you.
Oh.
If we happen to go to like a Target or somewhere and it's there, I'll point it out for you. But I'm not ruining this for the brothers. Because if that's real, that's pretty epic.
Which one would you drink?
Okay. Last night, we watched Black Panther and Doctor Strange.
Wow.
As we're trying to catch up.
You're
through all
almost there.
We're almost done, yeah. Going through all the Marvel movies. I give Black Panther a hard time. That's like on my top list. Like, it's not the top movie, but
yeah.
I always give it flack for being the Lion King 2.0. That's a fantastic movie.
It really is.
I mean,
So
it's
is Doctor
no Doctor
Strange.
Strange.
I like Doctor Strange.
Doctor Strange is brilliant. Last night, I was having a conversation with Teo because I'm going through all the Marvel movies right now, guys. I know. We were talking last night. We're going through all the Marvel movies, and as I go through, I'm ranking them. And so I called him because I was having like a crisis of sorts. Because I really wanted to put Doctor Strange higher, but currently Doctor Strange is in 5th place for the best Marvel movie.
Because you're a liar.
Yeah. Damn. But he understands why it can only be number 5 so far.
Oh.
Yeah. I've watched 16 Marvel movies, guys.
Really?
16?
He said, "Go west, young man," and we were like, "Hey, we're heading towards a carotid artery, bro."
He used to be on our show. He was our third.
He was our
Hey,
third.
that's cool, y'all.
One of my bestest buds. And
He's a pretty
king nerd.
Pretty good looking dude, right?
Let's do it.
Yeah. Very
I
good
miss looking into his beautiful blue eyes.
Yeah.
Every morning.
Yeah.
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 Hey,
Joe!
Yeah?
Joe!
Who's Joe?
Joe.
Joe Toth?
No. Our buddy Joe out in Salt Lake. Yeah. He just posted what I saw yesterday at Tarjay.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. Right? But it could be like, nah, that's not real. It's just a Lego set. Somebody wants to know on the live line, who is a bigger nerd, Baxter or Steve-O?
No comment.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't want to go there.
But it's clearly me.
Well, clearly, yes. But
I go to New York Comic Con every year.
I'm trying to turn over a new leaf, and I don't want to.
It also depends on what we're talking about, because that dude can outdo me in areas of music, certain genres. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's just different.
Yeah.
Different but the same.
Yeah.
Nah.
All right, guys. Good morning. Good morning. We got to take a quick break. Chime in. We're live on YouTube at Star 88 FM, and we're live from the Dream Style Remodeling Star 88 Studios, and we'll be right back.
Mark 10:9 says, "Therefore, what God has joined together, let no one separate." Star 88 wants to thank John Thomas Jewelers for becoming a power partner. John Thomas Jewelers carries a collection of anniversary bands, engagement rings, pendants, earrings, loose diamonds, and are known for their custom creations. Located at 2440 Louisiana Boulevard Northeast on the 3rd floor of the Lewis University building. Information at 505-342-9200. That's 505-342-9200. Thank you, John Thomas Jewelers, for supporting Star 88.
Skip Heitzig points to the Apostle Paul for a proper understanding about submission.
He's not suggesting that husbands are better. He is simply suggesting that roles differ. Submission is practical. You know why? We all do it.
Hotspot. Skip Heitzig reminds us that even Jesus submitted.
Jesus submitted himself to other people. Mark 10:45, the Son of Man, said Jesus, did not come to be served, but to serve, and to give his life a ransom for many. That's the ultimate submission.
Want more from Skip? Visit connectwithskip.com.
All of us are called to submit, and none of us can ever fulfill God's purpose in our lives without the spirit, the attitude of submission.
Enjoy Skip's teachings from the comfort of your home. Add the Skip Heitzig channel to your Roku device.
We're all fallen people. We're all fallen creatures. We all make mistakes. But it enables leadership. It allows for that to take place.
Hotspot.
As the Lord hung from the cross, he uttered 7 statements. Pastor Greg Laurie says there were many sermons, each one. And this week on A New Beginning, we'll investigate those 7 poignant statements. We'll also investigate modern claims of miracles. Are they for real? Join us this week on A New Beginning with Pastor Greg Laurie.
Make an appointment with Greg Laurie weekdays at 8:30 a.m. on our sister station, KNKT 107.1 FM.
I'm taking over my body, back in control, no more shoddy. I bet a lot of me was lost, teasing, crossing eyes and dotted. I fought it a lot, and it seems a lot like flesh is all I got. Not anymore, flesh out the door, swat. I must have forgot, you can't trust me. I'm open a moment and close when you show it before you know it, I'm lost at sea. And now that I write and think about it and the story unfolds, you should take my life, you should take my soul. about your life. It probably happens at night, right? Fight it, take the pain, ignite it. Tie a noose around your mind, loose enough to breathe fine, and tie it to a tree. Tell it you belong to me. This ain't a noose, this is a leash. And I have news for you, you must obey me. You are surrounding all my surroundings, sounding down the mountain range of my left side brain. You are surrounding all my surroundings, twisting that kaleidoscope behind both of my eyes. Gifted with thought. Is it time to move our feet to an introspective beat? It ain't the speakers that bump hearts, it's our hearts that make the beat. Lean with it, rock with it, when we gonna stop with it? Lyrics that mean nothing, we were gifted with thought. Is it time to move our feet to an introspective beat? It ain't the speakers that bump hearts, it's our hearts that make the beat. Lean with it, rock with it, when we gonna stop with it? Lyrics that mean nothing, we were gifted with thought. Is it time to move our feet to an introspective beat? It ain't the speakers that bump hearts, it's our hearts that make the beat. Lean with it, rock with it, when we gonna stop with it? Lyrics that mean nothing, we were gifted with thought. Is it time to move our feet to an introspective beat? It ain't the speakers that bump hearts, it's our hearts that make the beat.
One Pilots on Star 88, 627.
Oh, I got to check the weather.
Oh, yeah.
I haven't even done that today, guys. I was too busy lean with it, rock with it. When are we going to stop with it? High today, 69 degrees.
Let me see that pollen count.
Okay, let's go.
Let me see that.
It.
Let me
Let's
see if
check
it's getting any better.
Dude,
out there.
it's not. I'm dying.
I'm starting
like
to feel
today,
a little better.
Oh, see, it's opposite for me. I'm like, all right, here's what we know so far.
Oh, looks the same.
Ragweed, none. Grass, low. Tree pollen, murderous death rage of your eyes.
Man.
Still.
Well,
yeah.
Good time.
Good news is tomorrow it's gonna. Today's high. Tomorrow it's gonna go from high to very high.
I hate you. Why did I even ask?
The Morning Invasion with Dex and Steve-O on Star 88.
It's not your fault. I don't hate you. I just wish I would have never have asked.
Guys, I just showed him the pollen count for Friday, and we're gonna die.
We're all gonna die.
Yeah. Yep. I mean, we are. At some point.
How dare you!
Yeah, we're human. We'll expire.
We're only human, man. Good morning. Welcome to April 4, 2019. Thanks for joining us. We're live on YouTube at Star 88 FM. Go there, watch the show, hang out, share it with your friends. You can also download the app to your phone. You got a smartphone, stream us live, get us on demand. And we're available through iTunes as well. Go subscribe. Thank you for doing that, guys. You guys can always chime in too, all you podcasters. All you people on demand. Chime in. Shoot us texts. We still read them. And if we don't get back to you, it doesn't mean we didn't read the text. We just have so many text messages.
Just so many.
It's just so hard.
So many.
It's so hard. All right, let's see. We could do some good news. We could do some food news, which is kind of
good news today,
news,
man.
you know? I mean,
Yeah.
food news is always good news, I guess. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I mean, that's how I feel about it. What do you want?
I mean, let's do good news.
Okay.
Real good news. It's Thursday. We need some of that. I'm scrolling down and seeing all of the terrible news today.
I have actually quite a bit of good news in here that I didn't get a chance to get to.
This makes me happy.
I'm trying to figure out which one I want to do right now because they're all pretty good.
I'm shocked you're not starting with National Burrito Day. Let's be real.
Yeah. I did see that, yeah. And all the deals, all the places.
Who decides what makes it a national day?
I don't know. That's a good question.
You know? Like, can we come up with a national holiday?
The president of the United States does.
But is it the president?
I
You know
think
how
so.
he feels about burritos. That's Spanish food, man. He wants to build a wall around that burrito.
That's true.
I can't say that on air, so I whispered it to you. Nobody heard. It's cool.
Yeah, but it wasn't necessarily President Trump that came up with that because I bet you National Burrito Day has been around for a while.
That's what I'm saying. He would never come up with that day.
He probably comes up with other days.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. Did you see they changed Columbus Day?
Oh, they did?
Yeah, to National Indigenous Day, which I love.
Yeah.
I think that's great.
Yeah, it is. It's pretty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who's a Columbus? Get out of here. Murderer.
When I used to work at Quantic Broadcast Corporation, Native America calling and National Native News, I was the only white person there. It was all like Native Americans from different tribes. National radio. You know, I worked in national radio. No bigs. We always called it National Hostile Takeover Day.
See?
That wasn't a joke. Like, that's literally what we called it.
Yeah.
There was none celebrating Columbus Day. And that's what it was called in the office. National Hostile Takeover Day. I
think it's great that we changed it.
Yeah.
I'm all about it. So that's good news right there. But this is a pretty cool story. You know? Remember Payless shoes?
Yeah.
Payless shoes. That is where I went as a kid to buy school shoes. Payless shoes.
Yeah?
Yeah, I remember. I remember being so excited, being around Brody's age, like 6, 7, 8 years old, and just, we're going to the city. We're going to go shopping for shoes.
Let me just show you this.
I'm going to get some new Velcro shoes. Ooh, those are sweet.
I got these yesterday.
Why didn't you get the Velcro ones?
I didn't get the Velcro, but I got these yesterday, and I recognized that I'm old because I got these at like a discount shoe place. And I was like, how much are these? $12? Sure.
$12?
$12.
Wow. And those are the classics.
I'm straight chilling in my Pumas. Puma chilling. Puma chilling in my Pumas. Yeah. So I know
Very nice.
that feeling. I felt it yesterday when I went shopping by myself.
What's the cheapest, coolest looking shoe I can get?
That's the cheapest looking shoe.
And these are really, it's got to be super comfortable.
Yeah.
Come on.
They're actually not.
No?
No.
Oh.
They feel like $12 shoes.
Oh.
I feel ripped off, actually.
Yeah, the last pair of shoes I bought, I was so disappointed. It felt like I was wearing cardboard.
Yeah, that's how I'm feeling right now. And I was supposed to get shoes that were more comfortable because I'm on my feet too much these days.
Yep.
So, yeah.
Well, Payless Shoes filed for bankruptcy back in February. And all 2,100 locations in the United States will close down by the end of May.
2,100! It's a lot of stores.
It's a lot of stores.
Wow.
But, yeah, there's at least one piece of good news that came out of this tragic story for Payless. A 25-year-old woman in Kansas named Addie, she recently popped up into a Payless store that was having a liquidation sale. They had 204 pairs of shoes left and were selling them for $1.
That's crazy.
You think you got a deal? Man! $1.
Do they feel like dollar shoes?
I mean... So, Addie offered to buy all of the shoes for $100. So she bartered. Man, $204 for 204 pairs of shoes. That's a steal. But
That
no,
is a steal.
she actually paid 49 cents a pair. And they said, all right, you know what? Deal. She donated them to people in Nebraska who've been dealing with the worst flooding in the state's history. Yeah, I was thinking, okay, what is Addie going to do with these shoes? 'Cause that's a lot of shoes. Well, Addie, she, of course, didn't want any praise for it, but one of her friends outed her after she went on Facebook looking for advice on how to deliver them. And a sorority at Fort Hays State University in Kansas took them to Nebraska this past weekend. She says she always volunteers and donates to good causes whenever she can because she thinks it's, quote, part of what it means to be human. Well, almost 80% of the shoes she bought were baby shoes. She says she did it because it feels good to help other people, and she wanted kids in Nebraska to have clean, dry shoes to wear. There we go. There we go. There are the shoes.
That's pretty incredible.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Look there's no more shoes on those shelves.
Oh, wow. She literally bought the shoe store.
Empty. Done.
That's
See you, Payless.
cool.
You gone. Yep.
Little did we know, she actually owns the shopping center. And that place has become an eyesore. And she wanted them gone sooner.
Right?
We don't know.
Yeah, last night I was on Facebook and I saw a post from 50 Cent. And 50 Cent was bragging about selling his mansion in Connecticut. And this mansion, I'm telling you, was one of the biggest homes I've ever seen. Just Google 50 Cent sells home for charity so you can see a picture of this home. Because I rarely want to comment, but I felt the need to almost comment. I didn't, but I read the comments. Wait till you see this house. He sold it for $3 million. That's not a $3 million home. Isn't that one of the biggest homes you've ever seen in your life?
21 bedrooms.
Yep.
35 bathrooms.
Yep.
A movie theater.
Yep.
A gym. An indoor pool. Indoor basketball court. Wow.
It is so huge, guys. And all of us, or even other celebrities, were sitting there commenting on the post going, in what world does that home sell for $3 million? Well, 50 Cent, apparently, he sold that house, which he owned. I think it used to be Mike Tyson's house or something. It was some former boxer's home that he bought, I think, for $18 million back in the day.
18.7.
Yeah, he was what he bought it for. And apparently, and then I started reading well, why is it only, he sold it for $3 million? Oh my gosh.
Yeah, 84% less.
It's been on the market for a long time, but I guess he sold it for around $3 million, and then he's donating all the money to charity, which is pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
It's doing something. I don't know what charity it is for the kids, but something has to do with kids. But man, I couldn't believe the time I wasted sitting there going, "What? You could buy that house in Connecticut for $3 million?" I mean, that's a lot of money. But a home like that,
that's crazy.
And why is there 35 bathrooms and only 21 rooms?
I was wondering that. I was.
See, that's another thing that people are commenting on. I was like, what?
I wonder if it's because there's a bunch of extra rooms. So because of that, there's bathrooms in those areas, like the indoor basketball court and the swimming pool area. There's also a room that, how do you say it? There's a room with a bunch of poles.
Okay, yeah. Okay, yeah. Party room?
Sure.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, okay.
I think I read somewhere, somebody might have just posted this, and I don't know if the information's true or not, but they said something like it costs about somewhere like $28,000 a month to upkeep that house.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah. It's like, oh, what?
Yeah.
But good for 50 Cent, Good on him.
It's
That's
pronounced
cool.
Fitty.
Fitty. Good for you, Fitty. Good for you.
It's a 50,000 square foot house.
Yeah,
by the
it's
way.
50,000 square foot.
Yeah.
50,000 square foot house.
Yeah.
Ugh. Oh. Can't believe how much time I waste online. Yeah. Well, let's take a break, guys. Good morning. Welcome to the show. And chime in on YouTube, Star 88 FM. Good morning, everybody. We got B-Nix coming up at 7, 3 degrees. We'll go back in time. We got a jam-packed show. Shock Therapy Live coming up at 9. We'll be right back. Hang out.
Get ready for some truth from Jensen Franklin on a Star 88 PowerPoint.
God deserves the best. Oh, we're just Christians. No, we are just Christians. Therefore, we don't go by, get by, slack by. I don't believe in just showing up and you know, if people gonna come in here, it ought to be this good all the time. We don't just do this. We didn't just know you were coming today and made this look like this. This is what we do. This is who we are. We don't have to do a lot of stuff when somebody real special, some big shot governor, or if the president were coming in here today, we wouldn't do anything different. This is what we do because he deserves the best. Jesus Christ, the one that we represent.
That's Jensen Franklin on Star 88 with a PowerPoint.
Trouble don't you find no home by me. Trouble don't you find no home by me. Oh my Lord, if you're listening, tell him go ahead and get gone. Trouble don't you find no home by me. Trouble don't you find no home by me. Oh my Lord, if you're listening, tell him go ahead and get gone. Be a hero, be a saint, but trouble keeps on blocking my way. Trouble don't you find no home by me. Trouble don't you find no home by me. Oh my Lord, if you're listening, tell him go ahead and get gone. I'm done saying things nice. Now you better back up off of me. You're all super thin ice, and when it breaks, things are gonna get ugly. 'Cause I'm done, I promise I'm done. Yes, I wanna be done. 'Cause I could be a warrior, be a hero, be a saint, but trouble keeps on blocking my way. Trouble don't you find no home by me. Trouble don't you find no home by me. Oh my Lord, if you're listening, tell them go ahead and get gone. I'm begging you to move. 'Cause if you get the best of me, that would be a tragedy. So please, just move. Trouble don't you find no home by me. Trouble don't you find no home by me. Oh my Lord, if you're listening, tell them go ahead and get gone. Trouble don't you find no home by me. Trouble don't you find no home by me. Oh my Lord, if you're listening, tell them go ahead and get gone. You're gonna move on, trouble. Because you are in trouble. I ain't scared of you, no. I ain't running no more. You better move on, trouble. You better move on, trouble. Get gone.
New Respects, Trouble, Star 88, 644.
High today of 69 degrees.
What's going on in the news today?
Some members of Team Mueller believe the Attorney General failed to adequately characterize the findings of their inquiry, that the stuff in the report is worse for this president than as summarized.
Joe Biden taking to Twitter to address the controversy surrounding him.
I will be more mindful and respectful of people's personal space.
Celebrities accused of scamming their kids' way into college facing a judge.
Some of these parents are going to serve prison time.
Reports indicate the crew of Ethiopian Airlines Flight 302 did follow Boeing's emergency procedures, but were unable to regain control of the plane.
Democratic chairman of the House Ways and Means Committee has formally requested the past 6 years of the president's personal and business tax returns.
The House Judiciary Committee voted along party lines to authorize subpoenas for the full release of the Mueller report without redactions.
A boy missing since he was 6 years old. Has he been found alive all these years later?
Good morning.
What's up, bro?
Hey, bro. Live from the Dreamstar Remodeling Star 88 Studios. Thanks for joining us. B-Nick's coming up, 7, 3 degrees. We'll talk history. We'll talk deaths. You know, important peeps on this day, April 4. What happened on this day? Just to warn you, B-Nick's all fired up over that book that he...
Oh, really?
Yeah, you were gone, and he came over into our area yesterday, and he goes, "Guys, that book, that book. Oh my gosh, I already read it." He literally
He read the whole book?
He read the book.
He picked up a novel from us yesterday.
Yeah, and he read it, and he was
my
all
gosh.
fired up on it, and he wants us to interview, and I'm sitting there going, "Oh gosh, what? All right."
Is it a work of fiction, or is it like nonfiction about actual art thieves?
He'll tell you all about it.
Okay.
See, I will say it's not about art thieves.
Oh, it's not?
No.
He was wrong?
Yep.
Wow.
But he was all fired up about it.
All right.
Good morning, everybody.
All right.
Good morning.
Mm-hmm.
So I know you probably won't like this, but I'm really excited about this latest venture into condiment mashups.
Gosh. I just looked over.
I
and
cannot
already
wait for
regret
this.
it.
I am in love.
I already regret even reading it.
It's love at first sight, guys. That's right. It is true. Love at first sight. It does exist because I'm in love. I'm in love with the latest condiment mashup. Yes. Mayo Q. Cranch. And mayo must. All day, every day.
I hate everything about this.
All day, every day.
I hate everything about this.
No. We got, okay, it's mayonnaise and barbecue sauce mixed together.
I just got a headache.
We have ketchup and ranch, which is what I do. And now I don't have to mix it together with a French fry. And then you got mayonnaise and mustard fused together, guys. Thank you, Heinz. Thank you. I'm excited. Yes, and yes. I can't believe you don't like ranch and ketchup mixed together.
I don't know that I've ever really tried it. And if it's made in a factory like that, where it's like, can't. If
it's made in a factory like that?
Yeah, like that, to where
but
it's
you'll
like
eat,
processed
You'll
in a way
eat
that...
ketchup and mustard all day, every day? Which is made in a factory?
I did branch out and get spicy ketchup, from a certain establishment here in town. Or from Texas, really. But, yeah. They actually started bottling it.
Yeah.
Picked that up and was like, yep, still good. So I totally rocked that on my fries yesterday at home.
Yeah.
I'm not a mayonnaise person whatsoever. Like, I'm just not. Mm-hmm. Mayonnaise freaks me out because it's just like...
The tangy, you don't like... Or is it... No,
it's
is
just,
Miracle Whip tangy?
It feels like it's... Yeah, Miracle Whip's tangy.
Yeah.
I just picture... Actually, I don't want to say what I picture. I just don't like mayonnaise.
I do.
Because it'll ruin mayonnaise for you.
It
just feels like they grabbed somebody and squeezed out their body fat.
Yes. I'm okay
and
with
that's what you're eating. It's like fat.
How dare
It's
you?
just like oily fat.
Shush!
I can't, dude. I'm seriously gagging. Oh, I hate mayonnaise so much.
I love it. I love it so much. I'm excited to try the mayo must and the mayo Q. I know what the crunch is going to taste like, but I've never actually done barbecue and mayo together.
We've run out of ideas.
No,
guys.
we have not.
Yeah.
No, we have not.
Mhm.
I'm so excited for it.
Josh says ranch, Louisiana hot sauce, and barbecue. That's
Yeah.
different. That feels like, you know, when
Yeah.
you got the ranch and then you also got the barbecue sauce and you're doing that. I'll mix ranch with whatever.
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
fine with me.
gosh.
That sounds great.
Yeah, you know, I was
But
reading some of
just
these.
mayo.
The Chick-fil-A sauce, I think, is a pretty good sauce. And I need to start just kind of messing with some of these, man. I need to start experimenting with some of these sauces. I love sauces.
See, I got a few people on my side. Paul said I never liked mayo anyways, and then worked at McDonald's in high school and have been haunted ever since about anything to do with mayo. Bad things, man. Bad things.
What?
Emma says mayo makes me want to puke. Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
I don't get it, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Doesn't make any sense.
I can't, man.
I like to grill my bun with mayo
No.
instead of butter. And then when I'm done grilling my bun, I'll put even more mayo on my bun. Yo! That's probably why I'm still fat and I can't get rid of the actual fat that I have on my body. It's probably just mayonnaise stuck
Yeah,
in
just
my body.
Ugh.
It's just mayo. Can you imagine that? It feels like it could be mayo, actually. When I feel my gut, that's definitely could be mayo in there. Yeah.
Shannon says, when I was little, my mom would make saltine crackers with mayo and government cheese.
That's weird.
Couldn't eat mayo for a long time.
But I don't know. This is a judgment-free zone. Okay.
Yeah.
No judgment here. I've never tried that, but I don't know if I'd want to put it on my saltine cracker. Maybe I should put some mayo on my plantain chips. A little crunch dip for my plantain chips. That would actually be pretty tasty with these.
Somebody said anything with mayo, no bueno. And then the mayo mustard thing, what did they end up calling it?
It's called mayo must.
Mayo must? It's because, like, they wanted to take the first and then the second half, but it would be mayo turd? Mayo turd.
They should have called it musteo.
Musteo.
Yeah, that would have been better.
Better, yeah. Yeah, somebody said, I guess mayo turd wasn't a great name.
Okay.
Mayo must it is.
Whatever, guys.
Mm-hmm.
I'm excited, and that's all that matters.
Mm-hmm.
All that matters. Now, in other food news, Lunchables is introducing Brunchables. I guess people thought this was an April Fool's joke.
Because it sounds like an April Fool's joke.
The people at Lunchables rolling out a new product, Brunchables. Basically, they're just breakfast sandwiches that come with a muffin. But they teased it on April 1st. Everybody thought it was a prank, but no, it's real. Your kids eat pretty healthy, so they probably don't ever do the Lunchable thing, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But a lot of people do.
Mm-hmm.
And now you can get the breakfast sausage and cheese Brunchable. Wow. Okay. You know, if it's created in a lab, as long as it's good and it tastes good, bring it on, people. Bring it on.
What?
No, yeah.
No. I can't, man.
No,
When it's like overly processed like that, I get migraines. I'm not even being funny. Can we talk good stuff for food? Real
Sure.
quick? Oh,
what else
gosh.
you got for food? Hit me up.
It's National Burrito Day.
Burritos.
Listen, guys, it is our day. Burrito Day. It's today. So here's the deal. Mexican chains everywhere celebrating National Burrito Day. I guess this is a made-up holiday. You think? It's held on the first Thursday of April every single year. I guess National Burrito Day is in like the middle of the pack for the year's sales day at Mexican restaurants nationwide. So a lot of chains, I guess, have started doing different things. Deals, buy one, get one free, discounted entree, stuff like that. So I want to share some of them, but here's the deal. Just got to be careful. You know what I'm saying?
Yep, I got you.
In fact, most of them we don't even have in New Mexico. Like abuelos? No.
Abuelos.
Baja Fresh? Never heard of it. California Tortilla? Nope.
Really?
Chipotle. They're doing free delivery on their food today. Free delivery. How weird. We live in a weird time.
I knew they were testing that.
Yeah. So
that's good news.
I guess they have an app, and they're
no kidding.
They're trying it out for National Burrito Day.
The bullet shot through this burrito warming machine.
Remember that story?
There are other places like Chewy's, which we don't have here, that they're just donating $1 of every burrito they sell to St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital. So some are giving you the deal, some are giving nonprofits the deal, which is very cool. So you can check it out. Just about everywhere that sells a burrito today is celebrating Burrito Day, with the exception of one. Guess who isn't taking part in National Burrito Day?
Taco Bell?
Taco Bell!
I knew it!
Taco Bell is doing nothing for National
Today's
Burrito Day.
show is brought to you by National Burrito Day. Yep, today is National Burrito Day. Stop it. No, really, stop it.
Phoenix.
Stop it!
Phoenix, stop it!
Guys, I love my burritos. What can I say?
That was awesome.
What can I say? You know, it makes sense that Taco Bell wouldn't, participate. The fact is they're from Orange County, California, where I lived. And, so I could say this, that Orange County didn't have really good burritos.
Yeah.
I mean, all the other places you mentioned, Steve-O, I know because obviously they're in California.
Yeah.
But Orange County didn't have great burritos, by and large. Now, on the other hand, they had amazing fish tacos.
Oh, okay.
Which were
it's the West Coast.
Yeah. Well, my favorite place to go for fish tacos was Wahoo's.
Do
Wahoo's?
they exist? They don't exist anymore, do they?
Yeah, they do.
Oh, they do? Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
They're even in Denver. They even have a Wahoo's in Denver.
That sounds disgusting.
How
man.
come we don't?
Landlocked Denver.
Yeah.
For fish. No.
How come we don't have a Wahoo's?
Because New Mexico is smarter.
Wait, hold on a second. We got a Starmy member that's at an actual Taco Bell for National Burrito Day. Hello?
Taco Bell, what can I get for you?
Hi, can I get...
Any chance I can play that drop? I'm doing it.
Oh, man.
It's National Burrito Day. So I guess get out there, celebrate, just Google it. There's a bunch of places doing
Gaggle
things.
it.
So
That's good to know.
Yeah.
I may have a burrito for dinner tonight.
The bullet shot through this burrito warming machine.
All right, Phoenix is here. 3 degrees coming up live from the Dream Style Remodeling Star 88 Studios. Hang on.
Hi, I'm Todd Nettleton, and this is the Voice of the Martyrs Radio. Maria had been a supporter of the communist revolution in Peru. She believed guns and terrorism were necessary to bring about social change. Then she met Jesus. Eagerly responding to the gospel, she began feeding the poor and taking care of orphans. She said it is difficult to defeat terrorism, but not impossible. We must never resort to violence. In 1992, Maria was killed for her efforts, struck down at the hands of her former comrades. Violence was the only thing that they knew. May we commit to live out the gospel like Maria, no matter the cost.
I will not let my brothers and sisters suffer in silence, nor will I let them serve alone. To join me in prayer for persecuted Christians, go to vomradio.net.
Tony Evans. This is a Star 88 Supernova.
I want to mine out the great truth of the 23rd Psalm. And the thesis of the Psalm is very simple. If the Lord is your shepherd, he can meet all of your needs. That's all the Psalm is saying. And what we're simply going to expose is that Psalm 23 addresses all of your needs. You see, he's going to tell you today that if the Lord is your shepherd, he will meet your spiritual needs because he'll restore your soul. If the Lord is your shepherd, he'll meet your directional needs because he'll lead you in the path that is right. He'll tell you that the Lord, if he's your shepherd, will meet your emotional need. But you don't have to fear any need.
That was Pastor Tony Evans on a Star 88 Supernova. On the air and in your face.
But lovingly so.
This is Star 88 at 88.3 FM, KLYT, Albuquerque, Santa Fe, and online at star88.fm.
Like embers of the world's dying glow. And you fell the light as I carried you quietly through the crumbling streets. And in the fading light, I could see in your eyes that somehow we were meant to meet. Would you stay with me if you thought the war was over and everything made right? Would you still believe in us? Would your love for me grow colder? No one left to fight. Would you stay with me? Would you stay with me? After the fever left, together we scavenged through the city and the scars. And when the day would end, by the door against the demons and the dark, we'd share a can of something and a bottle of bourbon I hid away. It warmed me from within and you from without till I forget the chilling gray. Would you stay with me if you thought the war was over and everything made right? Would you still believe in us? Would your love for me grow colder? No one left to fight. Would you stay with me? Would you stay with me? Oh, it seems I dare every night, lie in bed, worried that the world would start to beat. Now I'm terrified. If indeed you start to ask if what we have is real, would you stay with me? If you thought the war was over and everything made right, would you still believe in us? Would your love for me grow colder? No one left to fight. Would you stay with me? Would you stay with me?
Thrice on Star 88, 703.
High today of 69 degrees.
It's the Morning Invasion with Dex and Steve-O.
They're terrible and you know it.
Brian Nixon, 3 degrees.
Very nice.
Coming at you live. Go ahead. Good morning.
Coming at you live. Good morning, Dex. Good morning, Steve-O.
Good morning.
We have a really, I hope, fun and inspirational broadcast for you this hour.
Beautiful.
Because April 4th had some really interesting events, and some of them actually have connection to New Mexico. Isn't that fun?
It's so fun.
But today,
Let's learn something.
Let's learn something. So today's April 4th. And on this day in history, the first
burrito was created.
Well, maybe that too. But the first record of Moscow, the city, is recorded in 1147. And you would think, man, isn't Moscow older than that? Yes, it is. But the first written record of it is in 1147. So we could say happy birthday to Moscow and its written record.
Okay. Hello, Moscow.
Yep. In 1460, Basel University, or the University of Basel, is founded. Imagine that. 1460. 1460.
Wow.
So, here in America, we get freaked out if something's like from 1850. We're going, man, it was so old. As a matter of fact, last night at church, I'm talking to someone, and she says, she lives in Santa Fe, and she comes down on Wednesdays to come to church. And I just go, I love Santa Fe, and I'm talking about how much I've always liked Santa Fe, and she loves Santa Fe as well. And she was housing some German folks during Balloon Fiesta, and she was like taking them all around, and the Germans eat up, because for them, this is the Old West. This is the wild, wild West. So they're eating it up, and she goes, man, we live in a really old area. So she walked by, and she showed them this house from 1800.
Yeah.
And one of the German guys looked at her, and he goes, that's not old. My house was, made in 1710 or something. And she's like, oh yeah, right. Europe.
Europe.
So when we hear 1460 that a university was founded, and it wasn't even the earliest one, you go, man, they have some old stuff there.
They do, man.
Okay, here's something interesting. In 1541, on this day, in April 4th, Martin Luther is ordained as a priest in Germany.
That's actually kind of weird.
Yeah, because wait, save it.
Yeah.
Save it.
Wow.
Because I was going to say this on the day Martin Luther is ordained, something happens to another man with a very similar name.
That's crazy.
So on the day Martin Luther is ordained as a priest in Germany, something much later happens. But on this day in 1818, the U.S. Congress adopts the U.S. flag with 13 red and white stripes.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah, isn't that cool? So
That's awesome.
the Congress adopted our stripes today. Of course, the stars were less back then. So on this day, guys, in 1850, L.A. is incorporated as a city. So happy birthday to L.A.
Ugh.
Los Angeles, smog city.
Gosh, terrible city.
It is.
No, thank you.
Okay, for all you dog lovers, on this day in 1873, the Kennel Club is founded, which of course hosts all the big dog shows now.
Oh, okay. I was like,
Yep. Kennel Club. Gotta love those dogs. Okay, for you movie lovers, on this day in 1923, Warner Brothers begins.
oh, wow.
Yep, Warner Brothers started on this day with really the Warner Brothers. All right, on this day in 1964, the Beatles have the top 5 positions on the Billboard charts.
Wow.
Yep.
Wait. Top 5
Top
positions
5
at the
positions.
same time?
Love, Love Me Do, as Dex is playing, was one of them.
You might not realize this, and I have to give it to the Beatles because I was talking about how I'm like, whatever. I was more of a Rolling Stones or The Who or whatever. So I was listening because April 5th, I believe it is. So tomorrow. So we're probably not going to cover it today. Let me make sure I've got it right. I'm pretty sure it was April 5th. It is April 5th. April 5th, 1994. So 25 years
Kurt
ago
Cobain,
tomorrow. Yes. Kurt Cobain took his own life.
Yeah.
And his manager was on XM radio because, I work in local radio. So, of course, I pay for XM.
Yes.
His manager was on talking about, it being this 25th anniversary. He just wrote a book and his early influences. And they were talking about these different things and the reason that Kurt Cobain picked up a guitar and, of course he wanted that grunge, rugged, whatever.
He said the Beatles.
So he said they refused to say that, actually. He refused to say the Beatles, but he always called it the B word.
The B word, wow.
Because his actual, one of his biggest influences in his life was, in fact, the Beatles.
Right.
But they were so commercial that it went against his like,
Yeah, right.
you know,
Right, his persona. He
down
didn't-
with the man.
Right. I
like-
want to be the underground band.
Yeah.
I can't be popular.
But
right.
really, like his influences were all over the place because he just had this adoration for music in general.
Right.
And so he loved punk, he loved all these different genres, but he even loved pop. He said he remembered one time in the studio, Kurt came in and popped on ABBA's greatest hits. So he was just kind of all over.
Yeah, sure.
Trying to
He
find
just liked good
influences.
music.
Yeah, trying to find influences
Exactly.
from everywhere. But the B word was something they never said.
Yeah.
Because then that's what he called it,
Yep.
the B word. But it was one of his biggest
Unquestionably.
influences.
Well, you know, you guys know it's a feat to even get one song on the Billboard charts,
Right.
but to have five of the
Five at
top
the same
positions
time.
is crazy. So good for you, Beatles.
Yeah.
Well, our last event before we go to break, and Steve is going to help us, you know, and each time, Steve, you're going to help us. But on this day, guys, in 1975, something happened here in Albuquerque, New Mexico.
Ooh.
On this day, April 4th, in 1975, Steve-O is going to read the first paragraph of this to tell us what happened on this day in 1975 here in Albuquerque, New Mexico.
On this day in 1975, at a time when most Americans used typewriters, childhood friends William Gates and Paul Allen founded Microsoft.
Oh.
It's a company that makes computer software, if you're not familiar with Microsoft. You see, originally they were based in Albuquerque, New Mexico. They relocated to Washington State in 1979 because they're jerks. They eventually grew into a major multinational technological corporation, and in 1987, the year after Microsoft went public, 31-year-old William Gates became the world's youngest billionaire.
Imagine that, guys.
Billionaire.
Imagine that Microsoft started on this day in 1975, and they were here in Albuquerque for 4 years.
Yeah, man.
How come we didn't bend over backwards to make sure these guys stayed?
Yeah, because
Right?
the 70s,
I
man.
know, I
It was
know.
Who was our governor at the time?
So
I'm just kidding.
he should be found and talked to.
Yeah, yeah.
He should be found and talked
That's
to.
right. So they started Microsoft. It was originally called Microsoft. Micro
Like
dash
two different
soft,
words,
like two
right.
words, yeah.
Right.
For microprocessors and software. So, yeah.
Yeah, isn't that interesting? So, 1975, Bill Gates and Paul Allen formed Microsoft here in Albuquerque, New Mexico. And I think Bill Gates had one of his first arrest warrants or one
Yeah.
of his first,
Yeah.
you know, tickets where he was, you know, it's always on the internet of Bill Gates being, you know, his, what's it called? Your headshot.
Oh, your mugshot.
Mugshot.
Yeah.
And then they pick up and they leave. They leave.
What's crazy is they didn't leave until 1979, and by 1978, Microsoft's sales topped more than $1 million.
Yeah.
Like they were already doing
Millionaires,
it
yeah.
here. And then in 1979, they moved their headquarters to Bellevue, Washington, a suburb of Seattle, where they
Yeah.
grew up. So to be fair,
Yeah, they went back
went home.
Yeah, they
So-
did. Sure, they went home. I get it. And because you have to understand, if you've ever been to the Albuquerque Natural History Museum, there was, I think there still is, a section dedicated to the computer industry. And it was a historical overview. And they highlight they have one of the first computers of Bill and Paul Allen and so on and so forth. But it really is fascinating. If you haven't done that, go check it out. Also, they have some early Mac stuff, but it really is sad for us that they didn't stay.
Yeah. No, absolutely.
They didn't stay.
Ah!
Oh, well. Happy birthday,
Happy
Microsoft.
birthday.
Happy
Yeah,
birthday,
I guess.
Microsoft.
I guess.
Yeah, I mean,
Gosh.
Yep.
Doesn't help us.
It doesn't help us.
Doesn't help us.
all right, shall we take a break?
Yeah, take a break because then we'll do births.
All right, all
And,
right.
and then we have this very important thing to discuss towards the end of the broadcast.
Okay.
3 Degrees with Brian Nixon continues next. Hang out. Hi, it's Dex. We want you to share your star story. How has Star 88 and the Morning Invasion impacted your life?
Hey, it's Angela, and guys, your show is some of the best radio I've heard in the many years I've been alive. Honestly, my family is going through a dark time right now, and I dread waking up every morning. But your show gets me out of bed with a smile on my face and laughing my head off. Thanks for being on the air.
guys, this is Felicia, and I started listening to you a little over a year ago when I was really, really depressed and in a dark place. And I started coming to Jesus, and you guys really lifted my spirits and literally helped save my life.
Your donation makes stories like these happen. Support Star 88 right now through Star Week. Go to star88.fm to make your donation.
A Star 88 Supernova with Greg Laurie.
Lord, you're the almighty God. You're the great God. You're the creator God. You're the sovereign God. Why do I say that? I'm just getting things in perspective before I even start. And is this not what Jesus taught us in what we call the Lord's Prayer? Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. So that prayer that Jesus taught us to pray, the model for all prayer, does not start with my needs. I don't say, our Father who art in heaven, give me this day my daily bread. No, I say, my Father who art in heaven, hallowed, set apart be your name. Your kingdom come, your will be done on earth as it is in heaven. So I'm contemplating God in his greatness.
Catch Greg Laurie's teaching show, A New Beginning, on our sister station, KNKT, weekdays at 8:30 a.m. on 107.1 FM.
Tampa route. Star 88, 720.
High today of 69 degrees.
Check it.
The Morning Invasion with Dex and Steve-O.
And Brian Nixon.
Well, gentlemen,
hello.
Still April 4th. Even though, we took a break, the day didn't get away from us. So we're going to continue on. We covered events during the first quarter. Now we're getting to births. There's some famous births on this day. In 1780, Edward Hicks was born. And you may not know the name Edward Hicks, but guaranteed you have seen his artwork. He was one of America's first notable painters. He happened to be a Quaker minister as well, so he was a Christian and an artist. But his series of The Peaceable Kingdom are held in many, many museums across the country and even the world. He did a series, and even places like Hobby Lobby take his Noah's Ark scene and they recreate it and put it in posters.
They always have giant eyes. All the animals.
Exactly.
They're almost like googly eyes.
Well, that's it. A lot of people attribute him as one of the first. Well, they say he's a folk artist.
Founder of the googly eyes.
Exactly. A lot of people say that.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
And that's why Hobby Lobby went into business selling googly eyes.
Yeah. So a lot of people say that not only was he one of America's first great artists, but he also helped initiate a lot of different genres of art. Folk art being one, a lot of goth people who do the big eyes and Japanese art. He's an interesting guy, but he's best known for his Peaceable Kingdom. And if you ever get a chance to see one in person, you may want to. That's
my favorite.
One is at the Norton Simon Museum in Kansas City. All right, on this day in 1913, Muddy Waters, the blues man, was born. Hit me with some Muddy Waters.
I got a mojo too.
Yeah.
I got the John the Conqueror. I'm gonna mess with you.
I love the blues.
I'm gonna make you girls leave me by my hand.
Yeah, Muddy
And the world
Waters.
will know that I'm a hoochie coochie man. Well, you know I'm here.
Rolling Stones covered this song too.
Come on.
Yep. Yeah, so Muddy Waters, happy birthday, born in 1913.
I want to come up with a cool name.
Yeah, I know. Come up with a cool name.
Muddy Waters.
Yep. All right, on this day, another important birth. On this day in 1928, Maya Angelou was born.
Wow, no way.
Maya Angelou. So in commemoration of Maya Angelou,
awesome.
Steve-O's going to
finally.
read a poem.
Finally something good.
But here's the thing. The poem was a little too long, so I abridged it. I took the first verse
I don't need that.
and
I
the
know
last
why
verse.
the cage bird sings.
Here it goes.
Is that really it?
It's Cage Bird.
Oh,
Yep.
nice.
So it's the first and last stanza in recognition of Maya Angelou's birthday. Go ahead, Steve.
A free bird leaps. No music?
Yeah, what's up, Dex?
I'm trying to figure out which one to use. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, Maya Angelou.
Yeah, it's Maya
Boy,
Angelou. It's
yeah,
pretty important.
She is pretty important. Little jazz is.
Oh, well, thanks.
Yeah,
I mean,
little jazz.
You guys could have prepared me a little bit better for this.
Yeah, all right, guys. Hey, let's read it in that. I'll do it. All right, everybody. Maya Angelou. Yeah. Hey, everybody. I'm Maya Angelou. You may know me from my great poem, Cage Bird. It goes a little something like this. A free bird leaps on the back of the wind and floats downstream till the current ends. And dips his wing in the orange sun rays and dares to claim the sky. The cage bird sings with the fearful trill of things unknown, but longed for still and his tune is heard. On the distant hill for the cage bird sings of freedom.
Cage Bird sings of freedom.
Man, that's all I
Happy
get.
birthday, Maya Angelou.
Yeah, that's cool.
That's all you get because we have a lot of stuff to cover
Lots
this
to cover,
hour.
dude.
Lots to cover.
So much.
Because on this day, guys, in 1965, Robert Downey Jr. was born.
Me?
Robert Downey Jr. was
me.
born. You. So what's your favorite Robert Downey Jr. film?
Iron Man.
Iron Man. Hands down, Iron Man.
But what do you remember the film, honestly, that people say this guy could act? And then they were really touting him as the next major guy.
Chaplin.
That's exactly right.
Yeah, man.
Chaplin. When he played Charlie Chaplin, he played it brilliantly. And then he got into his heroin.
Air America?
And then he just spun out
Air
of control.
Yeah.
Did you know actually that film, Air America, it's a crazy movie. I'm not suggesting that film. But what came from that film was two redemption stories. So I always think of that movie And man, I'll tell you right now, I'm like a nerdy, crazy fan of Robert Downey Jr. for multiple reasons. Because you're right, he was in Chaplin. They're like, this guy is going to be the next Robert Redford. Like this guy is Paul Newman. He's it. He's like going to win all of the Oscars. He's going to be the greatest. Then he got into heroin, and it was crazy, and he almost lost his life. But he was doing a movie called Air America, and his co-star, who was a believer, really brought him back, and he attributes him as one of the like patriarchs in his life who showed him grace and compassion and mercy and gave him a second chance. And that actor's name is Mel Gibson. So then when Mel Gibson got into all of his trouble, Robert Downey Jr., who's now Iron Man and one of these more famous actors, who had already had his redemption story, was one of the advocates for Mel Gibson's second chance.
Wow, that's a good. I didn't know that, and that's a great story
because of the grace and the compassion that Mel Gibson had on him as a young actor when he was going through his heroin addiction.
Wow,
so it's incredible.
Good for Mel Gibson.
You never know, and good, just good for the whole story. I think sometimes as Christians we forget that we have a muddy, dirty, filthy past, possibly present, because we're all born into sin. But then all of a sudden we get like kind of holier than thou and high and mighty and forget where we came from. And I love that not only did Mel Gibson have compassion at the time, but then in turn when he fell, if you will.
Yeah, alcohol. It wasn't heroin, but it was still alcohol.
Yeah, and he had a bad run. I mean, some anti-Semitic things and all the horrible things. Hollywood, of course, wanted to crucify him. And Robert Downey Jr. was one of the advocates saying, no. This guy showed me grace in a time where I needed it most and was an advocate for his second chance.
Yeah.
So I am a crazy fan of Robert Downey Jr. because he is one of those stories that you see of redemption where a guy can turn his life. He's an amazing father and husband. And
now he loves watching his son play because he's in a band.
Yeah.
And so he'll just travel around to wherever his son is playing.
That's awesome.
He'll go on Facebook Live while his son's playing, and he
That's
really
so
enjoys
cool.
that.
I didn't know what kind of music does his son.
It's kind of like an indie alternative.
Yeah.
They were just here actually.
Really?
Yeah. They just played the Sunshine.
That's cool. What's the band's name?
I can't remember.
The Dose, right?
Oh,
The
yeah,
Dose?
it is the Dose. Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
I follow him on Instagram.
Happy birthday, Robert Downey Jr. That's awesome. But guess what? We're not finished with another actor who played a cartoon character or whatever they are, and really was noted as the next guy. Born on this day in 1979 is Heath Ledger.
Heath Ledger.
Oh, wow.
So both Robert Downey Jr. and Heath Ledger, two guys who were touted as the next big thing, and they both crashed. One crashing had redemption, one just crashed.
Yeah.
My favorite Heath Ledger, and I'm not even joking around, guys.
Okay.
This is not a joke. I really love this movie.
You say 10 things I hate about you.
No, I did love that movie, but that's not my favorite.
You say Brokeback.
Knight's Tale.
Okay.
Knight's Tale was awesome.
I hated that movie.
You hated that movie?
I need to see it again.
Okay.
I've seen it
great.
once.
Wait, I've never heard it.
A Knight's Tale? I'm actually surprised by that. Medieval film.
Jousting.
However, it literally begins
heroic
with the joust. Dude, Paul Bettany's in it.
It's a comedy.
Yeah.
Do they wear cowboy hats and shoot guns?
Medieval
times. It's not a Western. Yeah. It's
I go to
medieval.
Westerns,
Medieval.
guys.
No, but Paul Bettany's in it. Rufus Sewell's in it.
So good.
Yeah, but I know this is going to be crazy, and you're probably actually going to want to see it now.
Okay.
It literally begins with like this joust, and the stands are going.
Yeah,
Oh.
it's Queen.
And they infuse,
It's so
they
good.
infuse classic rock and roll throughout the film.
that is fun.
But they're like actually chanting, "We will," and I'm going, "This is the stupidest
It's got
thing I've ever
was it
seen."
Shannon Sossaman? Is she the girl? The
She's
love,
like a DJ.
Yeah,
in real life.
I like her.
Hated that movie.
Okay,
I need to see it again.
now I should see it
Yeah,
because
you-
it's
yeah,
Dex's
exactly.
favorite movie.
I think
Now
it's
you need to
great.
see
It's
it.
fun.
Now you need. A lot of people love that movie.
You got to watch it again,
Yeah.
bro.
I guess.
Yep. So what are some of our people saying about either Robert Downey Jr. or Heath Ledger before we go to a break?
Kim
we got to
said
hear
Knight's
from.
Tale. Carl says Weird Science. Jen said my crush on RDJ begin with Only You. Yes. Tomei. Marissa Tomei was in that movie.
I've
And
never
now, of
even
course-
heard of Only You.
What?
No.
Okay.
I haven't.
Of course, now they're reunited because Spider-Man, because, Marissa Tomei is Aunt May.
Oh, she is?
Yeah.
Okay.
Tony Stark, Aunt May.
Yeah.
They won't have a thing because Tony Stark's probably going to die soon. So
Yeah. That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. See, people do like Robert Downey Jr.
Oh, dude.
I loved him as Sherlock Holmes.
Yeah,
absolutely.
That was. If I were to pick my favorite Robert Downey Jr. movies, they would be the Sherlock Holmes. I wish he would do another one.
I know, right?
They had talked about it.
He needs to do another one. But Robert Downey Jr. was a really fresh, new take on Sherlock Holmes.
Pretty brilliant in everything he does.
Yeah.
He does.
And this movie, this is definitely not a movie that I'm recommending because I believe it's rated R. But I know it's got to be rated R. Honestly, I think his performance in Tropic Thunder.
I've never heard of Tropic Thunder.
Really? Yeah,
Okay,
I don't know.
well,
if you should watch that one.
you shouldn't watch that one.
Anyway, but my favorite.
His performance. Do you know what I mean? Like his
My favorite is Sherlock Holmes. I'm staying to it, even over Iron Man.
And I don't want to cause heart attacks because you are old.
Yeah,
and we need you to live because in 2021. Sherlock Holmes 3 releases.
Oh, they are doing a new one.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Dude, Jude Law, like, I will say.
They're great.
Yeah.
I love them.
Guy Ritchie
Sherlock Holmes
is a phenomenal director.
He is. And he's no longer married to Madonna, so that probably makes him even
Jude
better.
Law, Rachel McAdams, and Robert Downey Jr. all back, and Guy Ritchie directing. So, 2021. It's
Love
in
that Guy
pre-production
Ritchie.
right now. So.
Happy birthday, Robert Downey Jr.
Mm-hmm.
How old is he?
Well, he was born in 1965, so he's 50-something. 53.
Okay.
53, 54.
You were right.
Yep.
It was 54.
All right. We'll be back
5
to talk
4
about some very
9.
important stuff, guys, after the break.
Okay.
Still on April 4th.
Okay.
All right. We'll be right back. Hang on.
Certain uncertainty. I know that I'm called to go, but I don't understand the details.
Need some divine direction? Here's Craig Rochelle on a Star 88 PowerPoint.
The Lord determines your steps. I know that I'm called to go, but I don't understand the details. Show me the details. All I'm going to do is show you the next step. Certain uncertainty. Sometimes people ask me as a leader, now, Craig, what's your plan for the future of the church? And let me tell you, my philosophy of leadership has changed significantly. What's your plan? My plan is rarely about the future. My plan is to be obedient today. Say it again. My plan is rarely about the future. My plan is to be obedient today. I cannot see the future, but I can be faithful to take the next step. But I want certainty. I want certainty. You want certainty? Here's some certainty. God will never leave you. He will never forsake you.
Now that's a PowerPoint with Craig Rochelle on Star 88.
Running on the sideline right now. This feel like a lifetime. I doubt losing all my patience somehow. Feeling the vibrations of you now. Tell me, are you sad or sad? When no one's left to wipe your tears off. I know how you feel alone, but I'm right there with you. Fairy tales die down. I can't even tell nothing's up. Yeah, gotta find a lighthouse. Losing sight of why I started. I hear you outside. Sorry, I couldn't say goodbye. I can't seem to justify why you had to die. I got funerals, hard to find a soul. Someone else who knows, living on this road. Pull up for the quick fix. I know we won't fix it. Got me feeling low. phones flip to divorce. Yeah, lonely holidays, child. Oh, all I see is tears when it rains down. I can't even let it satisfy. Driving around the city, sound alive. Married till I die, till I die. Baby, hit the road side by side. Running on the sideline right now. This feel like a lifetime. I doubt losing all my patience somehow. Feeling the vibrations of you now. Tell me, are you sad or the side? When no one's left to wipe the tears off. I know you feel alone, but I'm right there with you. With you. Yeah, always there with you.
Gavi with you on Star 88.
Yeah.
736.
It's 69 degrees.
Thank you.
The Morning
Sometime today.
Invasion with Dex and Steve-O.
I just started thinking about things. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It is 3 degrees with Brian Nixon, everybody.
Well, it's been fun, and we had a fun break. We must say
did.
that's why
Yes.
Steve was laughing.
Yes.
We were
Yes.
having a little too much fun
We were.
during the break.
Mm-hmm.
But April 4th, guys, we covered the events, we covered births. Now, sadly, we have to get to deaths.
Oh.
But one death in particular, well, there's
Right.
several here that are noteworthy that we could talk, but we're gonna really hone in on one for the rest of the program. But on this day in 397, Ambrose of Milan, who was a Bible teacher and may have been the guy that baptized Augustine of Hippo, died. He died on this day in 397. So he was an early church Bible teacher, early Christian, amazing fella. This day in 636 AD, Isidore, the Spanish biblical scholar, a lot of people say that he was the last scholar of the ancient world. So he died on this day. And then on this day in 1841, William Harrison, the shortest termed president, died of pneumonia.
Oh.
Yep. So those, obviously, we could talk about in depth, but we won't, because really what we want to do for the remainder of the program, and what we teased at the beginning and why Steve-O was like, oh my goodness, is of course we mentioned on this day, April 4th, Martin Luther is ordained as a priest in Germany. But on this day in 1968, Martin Luther King, Reverend Martin Luther King, was shot and murdered by James Earl Ray in Memphis, Tennessee. So we need to talk about, of course, the influence of Martin Luther King Jr., as well as, you know, we're going to talk about heroes of ours who went all the way, that gave it all.
Yeah.
And so let's first of all just celebrate a little bit of Martin Luther King Jr. with this compilation that Dex put together at the wee hours of the morning.
I appreciate you.
With U2's In the Name of Love, which is a song about Martin Luther King.
I have a dream that my poor little children will one day live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character.
We've got some difficult days ahead, but it really doesn't matter with me now because I've been to the mountaintop.
Man has not begun to live until he can rise above to the broader concerns of all humanity.
You guys got the goosies, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Good.
It isn't by size that you win or you fail. Be the best of whatever you are.
We have indignities experienced on city buses.
Free at last, free at last. Thank God Almighty, we are free at last. Free at last.
There you go. There's a montage for you.
Great montage. Thanks for doing that, Dex. And of course, you know, we could spend literally hours. I mean, you know, books and books have been written about the life and witness of Martin Luther King Jr. And you guys know that I've shared it many times. Growing up, particularly the latter half of my high school years, I had 3 posters on my wall. One was Martin Luther King Jr., one was Mother Teresa, and one was Albert Schweitzer. So those were kind of my late high school heroes. Obviously, all 3 of them gave their life. And, you know, in the case of Martin Luther King Jr., gave his life completely. You know, he was murdered for a cause. Mother Teresa gave her life for the poor and disenfranchised of India. And Albert Schweitzer gave his life for the poor in Africa, moved to Africa, left a very prominent position as a musician and scholar, and moved to the jungles of Africa to tend to the poor there in Africa. So those are three of my heroes growing up. I want to hear your guys' heroes as we celebrate the day of Martin Luther King, the day that he went home to be with the Lord.
Dude, this is the weirdest thing, because that wasn't his God-given name, if you will. He was born Michael King, right? Changed his name to Martin Luther King Jr. Am I blowing your mind right now?
We could. His family called him Martin Luther,
right?
I mean,
but that's what I'm saying.
In commemoration for
it's just crazy
Martin
to me,
Luther.
right? Exactly. In commemoration of Martin Luther, they called him Martin Luther,
right?
And on this day in history, Martin Luther was ordained, and it also happens to be the day that Martin Luther King Jr. was assassinated.
Yeah.
Just like rocked my world. I was like, whoa, this is kind of eerie.
It's like the day the one was ordained to enter ministry and the other Martin Luther exited ministry.
Yeah.
So it's like a bookend. And you're right. So his family, in commemoration for Martin Luther, gave Martin Luther King Jr. the name to commemorate a great Protestant leader.
Yeah.
And so he was named after another great person. And so it's one of those things. Yeah, you're right. It is one of those like, whoa, that's trippy type things.
When did they change his name? When did he change his name? Do you have that in front of you?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
When he was born, let's see. Martin Luther King was born 90 years ago, 1929. They of course changed his name to Michael King.
No, that was that's the name he was born with, Michael King.
Okay, Michael King.
Yeah.
1934.
Oh, okay. So when he was 5 years old.
Yep.
Yeah. So his family changed it in commemoration. So
that's amazing.
Yeah, it's almost like one of those self-fulfilling prophecies. Like, bro, you're going to be a pastor.
That's why it's creepy.
You're going to be a
and
pastor,
like cool, but like eerie,
and a leader. And the difference, of course, Martin Luther, the first Martin Luther, he would have been killed, had he not been kidnapped by one of the kings and exiled to a castle. Martin Luther King Jr. obviously was killed. So there is some pretty interesting parallels between the two. But Steve O'Dex, I want to hear your guys' kind of childhood heroes. Who are the people you looked up to? And of course, all of our listeners, we want to hear from you. Who are the people you looked up to as kids who just gave it all?
Yeah, Trish said when I was young, I used to look up Queen Elizabeth I. I thought she was the boss.
Huh.
So,
Yeah.
Queen Elizabeth.
Really?
And one of the first major women leaders in the world, and still considered a phenomenal leader.
When Christy and I were dating, she made me watch the Elizabeth movie, and that's about as far as my knowledge
of Queen Elizabeth
goes. Kate Blanchett, amazing.
Was Kate Blanchett your hero?
No,
Oh, okay.
no. When I was a kid, you said heroes who gave their life to their cause. The very first person that popped into my brain was clearly Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Oh, wow.
Terminator 2. He literally gave his life for John Connor.
Absolutely.
Like, he did everything he could. Spoiler alert, he goes into the molten lava.
Absolutely.
And as he's dying, he gives a thumbs up as he's going down.
He was turned off. He didn't die. He was turned off.
He was terminated.
Exactly.
Hey, guys.
Yeah.
You did spoil alert because I've never seen any of the Terminators.
Never seen Terminator 2?
I've never seen Terminator 1.
Arguably the greatest action movie of all time.
I've never seen Terminator 1.
How dare you? I don't even know how to feel, Sarah.
I watch westerns. I watch westerns and art movies.
Listen,
I watch
man.
westerns and art movies. That's what I watch.
Okay.
So Terminator 1 was like, it was a sci-fi horror film, right? So that one's like rated R. Man, it was like Arnold Schwarzenegger's the bad guy and he's trying to kill this person. Then he went back in time because John Connor, he's like the
Who's
leader.
John Connor?
I'll be back.
He's the leader of the resistance in the future. So like the robots take over because Bill Gates created Microsoft in Albuquerque.
On this day.
On this day.
Yeah, dude.
It becomes self-aware August 29th, 1994. They boom, nuclear explosions. It causes the end of civilization because,
Because of John
Cyberdyne.
Connor.
No, because
of Arnold
Cyberdyne.
Schwarzenegger.
No! Because How dare you? Because of Bill Gates. And
Oh.
so blows up the world, and then the robots take over.
And Arnold
so,
Schwarzenegger's a robot?
Stop talking!
Oh.
So then John Connor, who's a kid, grows up in that time and becomes like the head general leader of the human resistance against the robots. So the robots are like, dang dude, this guy's taking us out. We gotta kill him, but we can't because he's like the greatest war general in the world. So they get a robot named Arnold Schwarzenegger that they send back to the 80s.
Yeah, bro.
Before he was born to try and kill his mom, Sarah Connor.
Hasta la vista, baby.
See, now I don't have to watch it. You just gave me the whole synopsis.
Sends a warrior back named Kyle Reese, who's got to protect the mom before John Connor's born.
Wow, that was a good summary, Steve-O.
Arnold's the bad guy.
Sayonara.
They take him out, whatever, but they leave an arm behind.
Yeah.
So Terminator 2, which is arguably the greatest action movie of all time, is where it picks up, and that's the one you need to see.
Yeah, that's the only one you really need to
man.
see, actually.
I missed a lot, guys, obviously. So
Clearly.
who was your real hero? I mean, we're commemorating.
How dare you?
We're commemorating
How dare you?
Martin Luther King Jr.
Yeah.
And you bring up Terminator.
All right.
Yeah,
I wanna-
Terminator 2,
I got
bro.
you.
You
I
said
got
as
you.
a kid.
I-
Listen, not all of us had Martin Luther King Jr. on our wall when we were a kid. I really
I was
had
a teenager.
Terminator
Yeah,
2
exactly.
poster.
Okay.
That's real.
All
It's
right.
the first time I
It's
remember
meaningful for you.
weeping in a movie theater.
It's meaningful for you.
Sobbing.
Ask
I
me,
got it.
Brian. Ask
Hasta
me.
la vista, baby.
Dex, who was your hero who gave it all? Oh, here we go.
This person impacted me in such a way. It forever changed my outlook on life. It changed the way I live my life to this day. His name, Brian Nixon, is John McClane. John McClane was a hero to me because all he wanted to do is go to a stupid Christmas party.
That's all he wanted, man.
All he wanted
He
was
wanted
to go.
see his wife Holly.
Him and his wife Holly were having a tough time. Their marriage was falling apart. But
she
you know
wasn't
what?
wearing her wedding ring at the time.
He was giving it the best he could.
He was.
Showed up
Yes.
at Nakatomi Plaza.
Yes.
And he went to that Christmas party because he loved his wife.
He loves Holly.
That's right. But then when the terrorists took over Nakatomi Plaza, all right? John McClane laid down his life to save.
He didn't die. Yeah, he didn't die. It was hard for him to die.
Wait,
He did not die hard.
He did not die.
guys.
He did
all
not
your
die
movie
hard.
references, I have no idea what you're talking
I
about.
know, and that's why it's so great.
I have no idea. Hey, kids.
Yes?
And mom and dads who are listening right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Why don't you teach your kids about real heroes?
Yeah, exactly.
Like
Really?
Martin Luther
Exactly.
King Jr.,
Yeah.
John
Albert
McClane
Schweitzer.
and Arnold are
We have
not
real,
real
Mother
we have
heroes.
real ones.
Teresa.
People are chiming in with real ones. I got
Okay,
real ones.
okay, give me some real ones. Because I don't know what movie is that from?
Die Hard!
What's Die Hard? I've never
Bruce
seen
Willis,
Die
bro.
Hard.
Yippee-ki-yay!
I've never seen Die Hard.
Wait. Are we allowed to have a movie marathon with you at our
Yes,
house?
yes.
Dude, we should do a weekend
I
movie
know.
marathon.
Yes.
I'm like dumbfounded with you right now.
For real.
Yeah, I've never seen Die Hard. I've never seen Terminator.
You've never heard of these movies?
Well, I've heard of them. I knew that I'll be back line.
Yeah, that was from the first.
What was a line from Die Hard?
Nope.
Put down the gun and give me my detonators.
Oh, no!
Now I have a machine gun.
That's Hans Gruber.
He was the villain in it.
He was
Okay.
the villain.
Yeah,
That's
bro.
Alan
All right,
Rickman's
so
like,
we'll
arguably best
have
performance except Professor
a
Snape.
watching party of all the movies I haven't seen.
Chrissy Jeter chimed in and she said, "Did Lisa Leslie and Cheryl Swoops give their all? Do they count?" Those were
Cheryl Swoops?
lady basketball players.
Okay.
She loved Lisa Leslie. She went to a basketball camp in Texas at Texas Tech because, Lisa Leslie.
Yeah, she was tall.
Cheryl Swoops. Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
She, like,
Lisa
dunked a
Leslie. Yeah,
basketball, and it was like
she
it was great for women everywhere.
I know someone who played with Lisa Leslie for a while.
Really?
She was one of my students. They were the Paris girls, Ashley and Nicole. Oh, anyways, keep going.
Okay. Somebody said Tolkien. Always been one of my biggest heroes.
Okay, good.
Okay,
J.R.
okay.
Tolkien gave his
Didn't
life
really give his
towards
life.
his
Gave
literature.
Gave his life to writing books. I mean, come on.
Well, come on, that's a lot of hard work, bro.
Sure.
It is.
Yeah,
It really is.
Lots of typing. Let's see. Somebody else said Ronald Reagan and Princess Diana when I was little.
Oh,
Ronald Reagan.
they're a child of the
Princess
80s.
Di.
That's good. Princess Di. And Diana did die. She died sadly in a car
she did.
accident.
She did.
But she did a lot of good in her life.
Let's see. Mulan of the Fa family. Mulan. She was a female warrior. Okay, never mind. Thanks, Trish.
I still have 2 more, by the way.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I do.
Let me get a couple of these out of the way, and then we can get back to yours. Ralph Pena says Apollo 11 on the wall.
Ooh.
When I was a kid.
Ooh, astronaut fan. That's good. Good for you, Paul.
Carl says, as a young adult, my father.
Ooh, nice. Bringing it home.
Thebes, when he was a young child, Bill Peterson.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So, let's see. Carl, also as a kid, Spider-Man, Darth Vader, Wonder Woman.
All right.
Shauna, her hero, who gave their all, Mufasa from The Lion King. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, what it tells me then, guys, I'm just beginning to realize something.
You were
I was a
weird.
strange kid.
You were a little
I was
really
a
weird.
strange kid.
Yeah.
Because I'm going, wait, all those are like cartoon characters or movie people.
Dude, listen, man.
I was
my
a
brother and I
strange
shared
kid.
a room. We had a Cindy Crawford poster on the wall.
Well,
okay?
I had
No,
Tyra Banks.
exactly.
wait, hold on.
Exactly.
Hold on.
And like,
when my brother and I shared, like in the late 70s, and we had all the rock and roll posters, and he had Farrah Fawcett and Kiss and everything. So I get all that. But when I got my own room and we moved to California and I made it my own, I put Martin Luther King Jr., Mother Teresa, and Albert Schweitzer.
I had when I got my first apartment, I had a Kobe Bryant, Shaq, and Eddie Jones poster. It was a Lakers poster. That was my first poster in my apartment. Yeah.
Mine was it was a rock band in the 80s. These women were beautiful. They were Poison.
Yes.
And I had them on my wall in my
Bret
room.
Michaels was a beautiful woman.
Yeah.
Cece DeVille, she could play the guitar like no one's business.
Right?
Oh man, I can't tell you how many arguments I got in high school over music. And I always took, like, the guys would come in and go, dude, Poison, they were so awesome. And I would go, dude, that is so lame that you like that.
Oh!
Because, I was post-punk.
Yeah, that's
so,
true.
So it was all about, real music. So Kurt Cobain was cool to me, but I was out of high school.
This makes me sad, though, because you're right. Like, you had these icons on your wall, and we're looking at this generation. A lot of us had, like, musical artists or characters from films, because people are chiming in. They're like, man, when I was a kid, these were the posters I had.
Well,
not many people had Martin
some?
Luther King Jr. Okay, let's see. So yeah, because Josh says, is being strange or everyone else living in a world of imagination? Let's see. Richie Valens and Selena.
Okay, Richie Valens. I get that, and Selena.
Richie.
Trish says I was a 90s kid. So if you ask me who my hero was, it would have been a cartoon character. So yeah. Thebes said, honestly, Luke and Bo Duke. Those were,
Oh, totally.
Duke's
Just
Hazard,
a good old boys.
Yes, man. So let's see. Alicia has a real one. Her dad, always her hero, because he saved people. He flew helicopters in the Air Force. So
that's cool.
Very nice.
Jen said, my first hero was Anne Shirley. # book nerd.
Nice.
Anne Shirley. Anne Shirley. Dex, who's Anne Shirley?
Anne Shirley was a woman from the 1940s.
I mean, meh.
She's a writer.
Oh.
Well, no, Anne Shirley was
Is
an
in a
American
book.
actress beginning her career as a child actress under the stage name Dawn O'Day. She adopted the name of the character she played in the film adaptation of. It was Anne of Green Gables.
Oh,
So-
Anne of Green Gables.
Yes.
There you go.
Yeah.
Nice.
So, yeah.
Okay. So, I like the fact that some people are picking up on literature and using it as their heroes. That's good.
Yeah, but see, most people was like Willy Wonka for Casey. Trish had a Britney Spears poster. Landon had a Barry Sanders poster. Cynthia had Punky Brewster on her wall. Katrina had John Stamos and Rick Springfield.
Beautiful.
On
They're
her
heroes.
wall. On her wall. So, somebody says, I'm with Phoenix, though, from grade 3. My hero has always been Martin Luther King Jr.
Wow.
So
there you go. See, he even predated me because in grade 3, my hero wasn't Martin Luther King Jr.
It was Bret the Hitman Hart, actually. Yeah. Who are some of yours?
Who are some other ones?
Well,
Dex?
I wrote down 3, and I gave you John McClane, but my other 2, this other man influenced me in a lot of ways.
He really carried that out.
Yeah,
he really did.
He really
did.
that was like, whoa, it got a
William
little awkward
Wallace.
towards the end.
William Wallace.
Financial freedom, guys. That's what I'm talking about. Financial freedom is what I want to talk to you guys about today.
Oh.
The snowball effect changed my life.
Oh man, Rita Gatt just chimed in with her
What
her
did Rita
childhood
say?
hero, and this is real. And sadly, I bet you a lot of people would say this and then not want to say this out loud anymore.
What's it?
Dr. Huxtable.
Oh, Dr. Huxtable. Bill Cosby.
Yeah.
You know,
Are we allowed to say his name?
No.
Are we
Yeah.
allowed to-
The
Come
thing,
on, Rita.
the thing is with Bill Cosby.
How
and,
dare
and
you?
to
Yeah.
Rita's credit.
Yeah.
Bill Cosby really was
He was
a
He
hero.
was everybody's dad.
He was a hero back in the day. We didn't know
Right.
as kids what he was like behind closed doors.
Right.
So he really
He
was.
fooled us all.
He was the clean comedian.
Right.
He always portrayed wonderful people on television.
Mhm.
So
He's a predator,
unquestionably,
man.
you could say that Bill Cosby's Dr. Huxtable was a fabulous hero.
Which, thinking of in real life, honestly, childhood, we've talked about him so many times. It's like I don't even want to mention him again, but he has to be mentioned because honestly, thinking of Dr. Huxtable, mine was not the Cosby Show. Mine was Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood.
Yeah.
Like
Oh, yeah.
he was the nice, like kind.
Yeah,
human
me
being
too.
That actually turned out to be an incredible
Yeah,
human
exactly.
being in real life.
My guy growing up, I'm with you, was Mr. Rogers. But, I was truly, my elementary era was a child of the 70s. So Mr. Rogers was like at the pinnacle of his influence, and he really did have a sway over kids.
Well, I had one more before we get out of here.
Oh,
And this
okay.
other
This is
person
real.
really influenced me. His name was Robin of Locksley.
Okay.
Or Robin Hood, if you will. And he stole from the rich and gave to the poor. And I do that every day.
Illegal.
I steal from the rich and I give to the poor.
That's right. That's right.
That's right. Robin Hood, I love you.
Wow.
We're done.
So we went from Martin Luther King Jr., who gave his life for the cause of freedom, all the way to a cartoon character.
For the cause of what? That's so long. It's so long.
That's so funny.
The longest.
How
the
many
longest
how many cuts
expression
do
of
you think it
freedom
took?
ever.
Like how
Him to
many
just
freedom
yell
yells
freedom.
did he have to
I don't
do?
know.
A lot.
I don't know. Man, there we go.
All right. Thank you, Brian.
Heroes who gave
Thank you, guys.
their all to their cause. And of course, tomorrow, the 25th anniversary of Kurt Cobain taking his own life. Truly my musical hero, which stinks.
Yep, and I won't be here to celebrate
I
it
know
with
you
you,
won't. I know you
Steve
won't.
Ondex.
That's okay.
I won't either. It's gonna be
25 years.
Yeah.
Happy April 4th, guys.
Happy.
All right. Thank you, Brian. We'll be right back. Hang on.
Here's Skip Heitzig with a word about Calvary College.
I'm thrilled to invite you to take your life's purpose to a whole new level with a degree in biblical studies from Calvary College. We have retooled our School of Ministry into an associate degree program, and it all happens right here on campus. Calvary College instructors are theologians who are passionate about the text of the Bible. And our curriculum trains students to study the Bible academically, think about it critically, and serve God practically. Classes are evening only, and you have the option to attend full or part-time. If you've always wanted to learn more about God and His Word in an academic environment, visit calvaryabq.college. Applications for the upcoming academic year are due by August 16th.
Get more information about Calvary College at calvaryabq.college. That's calvaryabq.college.
Pastor Jack Graham and a Star 88 Supernova.
We don't want to be seen as an extremist. So often we see less than maxing out for Christ. Radical Christian living, maximum commitment, is really the normal Christian life. This is the way the Christian life should be lived. Anything else is abnormal. An old preacher by the name of Vance Havner used to say that most Christians are living so abnormally that if they lived normally, it would seem abnormal. You know what he's saying? I mean, if we really got on the Christian life as Jesus has called us to max out for Him, as the Word of God tells us, that God is looking, He's looking over all the earth, and He's looking for people.
Catch Pastor Jack Graham, PowerPoint, broadcast weekdays at 10:30 a.m. on our sister station, KNKT. This is Star 88 at 88.3 FM, KLYT, Albuquerque, Santa Fe, and online at star88.fm.
Even when my light burns low, I could never lose my hope. I've been down this road before. Now I know which way to go. You can try to drag me down, but I'll be living in the clouds. Everybody has their doubts, but you can't stop now. You just gotta live. You just gotta live. You just gotta.
Yeah. I want it like I need to breathe. Yeah. Make it clear like I need to see. Woo. As a kid, mama told me sky's the limit till you hit it. Like King Griffey to the fences, out of there, out the park, hit and run. That's my drive. That's my drive. It's a vibe in that way all my life. Yeah, I shut it down when I shine with the truth. Yeah, I ride with the crew. Gave my life to the truth. Testify. Walk on water like the son of man. Understand? I'll never drown. Take a hit, never quit. Might be down, but never out. There are days that I fail, and the train's off the rail. Through the pain we prevail. Tell them you just gotta live.
Even when my light burns low, I could never lose my hope. I've been down this road before. Now I know which way to go. You can try to drag me down, but I'll be living in the clouds. Everybody has their doubts, but you can't stop now. You just gotta live. You just gotta live. You just gotta live. Even when my light burns low, I could never lose my hope. Just gotta live. Everybody has their doubts, but you can't stop now. You just gotta live.
Living till there's nothing left. Lean on. We need you like there's no one else. Ain't nobody out here more like you. And with you that broke the mold, and ain't no more like you. That's for sure. I can't drop out like the top down on the coat. Tell them watch out when I walk, I make a move. Sunday morning with my hands up, like they got the handcuffs. Searching for some answers since mama passed cancer. And my sister left Seattle with a one-way ticket home. Hope she holding Jason, teaching him to speak some more. I know, gotta keep it going. Yeah, that's all it told me. Tell them you can make it when you know the one and only.
Burning right beyond the fire. You were born to win, yeah, you're a fighter. Don't let your light just fade away. You just gotta live.
You just gotta live. You just gotta live.
You just gotta live.
You just gotta live.
I just wanna live.
He wants you to live.
You just gotta live. Even when my light burns low, I could never lose my hope. Everybody has their doubts, but you can't stop now. You just gotta live. Yeah. I just wanna live.
Tadashi with Jordan Feliz. Gotta live on Star 88, 804.
High today, 69 degrees.
Time to get out of bed. Time to get out of bed now. Wake up, wake up, wake up now.
The Morning Invasion with Dex and Steve-O.
It's a game changer.
Yo, good morning. Thanks for joining us, guys. Thanks for hanging out with us on YouTube Live at Star 88 FM.
Heck yeah, man.
Thanks for joining us on the app.
I mean, I have to be here. It's my job.
Yeah, it's true. Thanks for joining us on iTunes. You podcast us. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you, thank you. Thank you if you've left a review on Yelp.
Oh.
That's beautiful.
That's great.
Thank you so much. Fun hour with Brian Nixon if you missed it. I love talking about our heroes, you know?
Yeah.
So many heroes.
Man, just so many.
JVCD.
Too many to really thank. Oh, yeah, dude.
Right? So
and then
many.
And then I just got sad because that's really the truth for me.
Well, and we also, I mean, it's such a big topic because I instantly think about, all right, what about the heroes that created all this amazing food? Or, you know, the creator of Coca-Cola. Or, yeah, it kills people, but it's not his fault. Wow. It's people's fault.
Okay.
Have one Coke a week, man. You don't need a Coke every day. You don't need a super tanker size Coke. You don't need that. Am I right, Steve?
You're right, Joseph. Oh.
You know, another hero. The creator of Fortnite.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? Hero in my book.
Whoever created Fortnite, whoever you are out there, I need you to know what you're doing to parents across the globe, okay? Because your game has completely taken over and our children have become total addicts.
Yep. It's true. Therapy.
Yeah, dude.
Rehab.
You know,
counseling.
It's been a debate back and forth about this game in particular, and a pretty important person has thrown his hat in the old arena of Fortnite. Are you ready for this one?
Yes. Yes, go ahead.
Friends, Romans, countrymen, lend me your ears. Prince Harry has called for the ban of Fortnite, saying, this survival video game beloved by children everywhere was created to addict. You see, he's British. It's to addict. But addict. At an event at a YMCA in West London, the Duke. That's hard to say with a British accent.
Yes, yes.
The Duke of Sussex launched a scathing attack on social media in general as a platform of life and gaming. Of Fortnite, he said thus, that game shouldn't be allowed. Where is the benefit of having it in your household? It's created to addict. An addiction to keep you in front of a computer for as long as possible. So irresponsible. It's like waiting for the damage to be done and kids turning up on your doorsteps and families being broken down. They mentioned, what about the social medias, sir? What say you? To which he said, social media? Paka! Social media is more addictive than alcohol or drugs.
Wow.
Yeah, dude, he's throwing down hard.
He is.
He wants Fortnite banned.
Probably a good idea.
I'm
but
gonna
again,
be honest here.
It's a video game, and it's not their fault. Why should we have to ban that? Might as well ban Coke. Like I said, you might as well ban sugar and candy and anything else that's bad for us. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because whose responsibility is it? It's the parents.
Yeah. But maybe part of the problem is parents just don't care. There's a lot of parents that just don't.
Well, they don't. Yeah, I get what he's saying, but here in America, sorry, bro, that's not going to fly.
What's sad is it's become not only this global phenomenon where, 200 million registered players worldwide. Yeah. But earlier this month, this is actually real. A child practitioner actually told an 11-year-old boy he was prescribing a 2-week ban from Fortnite and Minecraft. Dr. Amir Khan, he said he was concerned about the impact gaming was having on this child's life. And seriously, he prescribed a ban. Like, hey, parents, I'm going to need you to do this and adhere to this doctor's orders. 2-week ban on Fortnite and Minecraft.
Gosh, man.
And what's interesting is more and more doctors are seeing links between gaming and the effects on both the physical and mental health of young people.
Yeah, man.
However, banning something, people are chiming in. Somebody says this is foolish and ignores the base problem to believe that any single game is to be blamed. When I was younger, Minecraft, that was my device.
Exactly.
I completely agree. Parents just need to care more.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody else said this is stupid. What should be banned? That isn't in Fortnite is loot boxes, which is legalized gambling that preys on children. Oh,
loot
okay.
boxes.
Okay.
Jeez, man.
Okay.
Give me that loot box.
Loot boxes.
What's a loot box?
I don't know. Matt Talica says, as a kids teacher at church, I sometimes want to ban the kids doing the floss dance. Yeah.
Jeez, man.
Okay. Carl liked Pac-Man Fever back in the day.
Yeah. You know what? People are saying to ban Nintendo back in the day because I used to spend hours playing Nintendo. But you know what? My mom, she'd step up every once in a while and she'd throw down and take my Nintendo away,
Right.
or I wasn't allowed to play on the weekends. I had to take breaks.
Yeah, somebody said kids playing too much is the parents' fault. So do we need to ban it? Do
Yeah.
we just need to put the parents in jail?
Because that's
man?
what
Yeah.
I'm saying. It's like you ban that, then why aren't you banning these other things that are destroying lives?
Yeah. Dude, there's actually a forum. It's an online forum called Game Quitters. It's made up of thousands of people who have decided to like call it a day on gaming.
Wow.
He joined because Mattis Mikus. Wow, what a name. After his relationship broke down because he was spending too much time on gaming, he joined Game Quitters. But there's stories of thousands of people who have joined this thing because their lives have been ruined because they just... James Good, a dude on there,
Yeah.
once spent 32 hours playing straight without a break.
Oh my
32
gosh.
hours. The problem of Fortnite got so serious that he ended up dropping out of college.
Oh my gosh.
He said his grades were slipping as a result of just playing all the time. I didn't eat, I didn't sleep, I didn't leave my room. I escaped all my problems via video games. And so he finally recognized it was an addiction and had to call it a day.
Yeah, but this has been going on for a long time, not just with Fortnite, you know?
Yeah.
It's been going on with lots of different games.
So somebody said, if some people choose to overindulge in video games, that means we should ban video games. Then how far do we take this? Does that mean people who are gluttonous and overindulge on food should now require a ban on food for all?
Yep.
Somebody else said, I agree that it's the parents' responsibility to monitor their kids' behavior. I can also believe certain games were created with psychological hooks to keep you engaged longer and interested in purchasing upgrades. They're similar to porn in that respect. Very true.
Yeah.
I will say, my kids, we've always had video games in our house. Never had a problem with it until Fortnite.
Yeah.
It's the first game that has caused arguments and weird attitude.
Well, because it is one of those games where you have to, they set it up in a way where you can't just pause it.
You can't just stop. You're
Because
in the middle of the battle
game.
with your friends.
Yeah.
I can't just pause it. I can't just stop.
Yeah, I'm with my squad.
There's 27 minutes left. I'm
And I
like,
can't leave my squad,
Yeah,
so
that's not going to fly. Bro.
That's what's different. I will say about a lot of the games that we grew up with where we could pause it and we didn't have online. It is different.
Did you just pull it back in my day?
Yeah.
Back
Back
in
in
my
our day, we didn't have this
could
online.
press the start button and it would pause the video game.
Right? I remember I'd pause the game and then for hours it'd sit there and it would just overheat.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. That's crazy, man.
Yeah. Carl says there's a word that parents used to use quite effectively, and that word is no. Say it and mean it. If you're their parent, not their friend. Toughen up, Buttercup. Yeah, it's very true.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think it's important, which I've heard and seen a lot of this, where parents can't get on the same page. One parent will allow, it's like, I can imagine that you and Chrissy both talked about the rules of the house.
Have some real boundaries in our home. But here's the problem. Dad. Know that dude. Great dad. And he has no problem saying no to his kids, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, but what about homes where, like for me, I had a single mom. She was always working.
Yeah.
Didn't have a father. I was home alone and left to my own devices a lot of time.
Right.
There are a lot of situations where, unfortunately, there are broken homes or parents who just don't care, who'd rather be off doing their own things, leaving the kids to do whatever they want.
Mm-hmm.
And that is part of the problem. So what do you do in that situation?
Yeah.
You know?
I know. It's hard. I
I
understand.
Just don't have parents in those situations to step up and build boundaries and good. Oh, man,
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah.
You know what? Maybe we should ban Fortnite. You know what? Let's ban it.
Yeah.
Because it is one of those games that it's unlike any other game out there to where am I right? It is. Yeah. It's different. And that's why it's so popular, is because it's made to hang out with your friends. Yeah. And there's a time limit for each time you go out and you what would you say? You play a session, you know?
Yeah. But the problem is games aren't created for moderation, like somebody said. Games are fine when it's done in moderation, but the way that games are designed these days are not for moderation.
Yeah.
They're designed to sell something.
Exactly.
They want you to become addicted. They want you playing all the time.
Yeah.
Oh, you're out of this? Now you need to purchase this. In-app or in-game purchases have outsold game purchases.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, oh, now you're not just paying $60 for a video game. It's like, but I need this loot box, or I need this armor, or I need this gun, or I need this, and it's only $5. Hey, can I, so yeah.
Instead of buying a toy, kids want to buy things
dude,
for their video games.
Virtual, oh man.
Yep. It's crazy, man.
It really is. So, but whether or not, I still don't know, Prince Harry coming out and saying that he's wanting to ban all of these things. Like that's how he's feeling about social media. He hates social media. So, yeah.
Well, it might fly over there in England, Prince Harry, but not here in America.
Yeah, in America, we've got freedom.
That's right.
Our ancestors didn't drive across the pond so that you could tell us how to live.
That's right.
Ha!
Don't worry about it. Trump's got it all taken care of.
No, I mean, well, define all. Define all.
I don't know. Yeah. All right. Well, we'll keep you updated on that story as it unfolds. We'll see if it gets banned over there.
Janine says part of the problem is that kids are being raised by kids. The young parents of the generation just stick phones and TVs in front of them to shut them up. I hate this generation of poor kids not being taught manners or rules. Sadly, yes. We have since had to greatly limit Brody as far as like screen time.
Yeah.
Because you've got older kids, so you're like, oh, well, this isn't harmful. When Jack and Luke were little, we didn't have the same problems. Because there weren't smartphones like this where you're just like, oh my gosh, shut up, here. Watch some more Dora the Explorer on this small device.
Yeah, exactly.
We didn't have that. Yeah.
Which one would you drink?
That's right. Yeah.
All right, we got to take a break.
Yeah.
We're live on YouTube at Star 88 FM. We'll be right back. Hang on.
Hi, I'm Todd Nettleton, and this is the Voice of the Martyrs Radio. As the top guerrilla commander in Colombia, murder, kidnapping, and torture was all in a day's work for Leonardo. Then one day, a Voice of the Martyrs contact named Alexander took Leonardo into his home to care for him while he was ill. When Christmas arrived, Alexander gave Leonardo a gift. Leonardo cried, saying, "No one ever gave me anything." In return, he gave Alexander permission to share the gospel throughout all the guerrilla camps. Today, thanks to Alexander and other gospel workers, bayonets are being traded for Bibles. May we, too, change our world by choosing to overcome evil with good.
I will not let my brothers and sisters suffer in silence, nor will I let them serve alone. To join me in prayer for persecuted Christians, go to VOMradio.net.
A Star 88 Supernova with Greg Lord.
Do you have financial needs right now? Here's what God says, Jesus speaking, Matthew 6:33. Seek first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things will be added unto you. And all these things was a reference to an earlier statement he made when he said, don't be like non-believers who obsess about what they're going to wear and what they're going to drink and what they're going to eat. Jesus is saying, put God first, seek him first, and all these things will be added to you. Malachi 3:10, God says, bring all the tithes into the storehouse, and there'll be enough food in my temple. And if you do, I'll open the windows of heaven for you and pour out a blessing so great you won't have room enough to take it in. Try it. Put it to the test. Have you ever put God to the test in tithing? Say, well, I don't believe in tithing. Well, God does, and everyone should tithe. That's where we start.
Catch Greg Laurie's teaching show, A New Beginning, on our sister station, KNKT, weekdays at 8:30 a.m. on 107.1 FM.
I am my own affliction. I am my own disease. There ain't no drug that they could sell. No, there ain't no drug to make me well. There ain't no drug. There ain't no drug. There ain't no drug. It's not enough. The sickness is myself. I made a mess of me. I wanna get back the rest of me. I made a mess of me. I wanna spend the rest of my life alive. I made a mess of me. I wanna get back the rest of me. I made a mess of me. I wanna spend the rest of my life alive. The rest of my life alive. We lock our souls in cages. We hide inside our shells. It's hard to free the ones you love. Oh, and you can't forgive yourself. Yeah, forgive yourself. There ain't no drug. There ain't no drug. There ain't no drug. The sickness is myself. I made a mess of me. I wanna get back the rest of me. I made a mess of me. I wanna spend the rest of my life alive. I made a mess of me. I wanna reverse this tragedy. I made a mess of me. I wanna spend the rest of my life alive. The rest of my life alive. Right. And there ain't no drug. There ain't no drug. There ain't no drug. No drug to make me well. There ain't no drug. It's not enough. I'm breaking down. The sickness is myself. The sickness is myself. I made a mess of me. I wanna get back the rest of me. I made a mess of me. I wanna spend the rest of my life alive. I made a mess of me. I wanna reverse this tragedy. I made a mess of me. I wanna spend the rest of my life alive. The rest of my life alive.
Switchfoot, Mess of Me, Star 88, 823.
High today of 69 degrees.
Wake up, get up, 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 wake up, get up.
It's the Morning Invasion with Dex and Steve-O.
It's time to check in with today's teens. What it's like to be using the latest tech, gadgets, games, movies, videos, music. It's time for Teen Talk. Today's teen is Brandon from Scottsdale, Arizona. He likes to play online video games. Brandon, you're on Teen Talk. Go ahead, Brandon.
What? Now? No, I'm in the middle of a game.
Tell him about the game you're playing.
It's Fortnite.
Are you talking to other people on that headset?
Yeah, I'm talking to some guys.
Could you and your buddies pause the game and tell us more about it?
Wait, guys. He thinks we can pause Fortnite. I know.
How about a quick lesson about the game?
Okay, Teen Talk lesson of the day. You can't pause Fortnite.
Huh. Thanks, Brandon. That was great.
There you go.
Join us next time for another look at the awesome lifestyle of today's teens on Teen Talk.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Gosh. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the program.
Oh, hi.
Dex and Steve-O on a Thursday. You guys can chime in. We're live on YouTube at Star 88 FM. That's Star 88 FM. And also, you guys can text into the show. What's the live line number?
505-585-LIVE. That's 505-585-5483.
That's right. You guys chime in. Be a part of the show. Love you guys. All right. Let's see. I have a story we could learn. We could teach through this story.
Okay.
2 idiots.
Okay.
Do you want to do that?
2 idiots.
All right. Because, you know, we're on the education. What do you say every time? The
education band.
Thank you.
Yeah.
We're on the education band, guys. If you didn't know that, we educate people every day.
88.3 FM, we're on the education band of the FM dial.
Let's head to Arkansas. 2 neighbors in Arkansas showed up at a hospital on Sunday with chest pain and severe bruises.
Oh.
And they initially lied about what happened, but eventually they came clean. Well, it turns out one of them recently bought a bulletproof vest.
Oh, my gosh.
See where this is headed, huh? So they decided to test it out by putting on the bulletproof vest and shooting each other. 50-year-old Charles wore it first and had his 36-year-old neighbor Chris shoot him in the chest.
Oh, my gosh.
I wonder what that conversation was like on who goes first. Do you think they did rock, paper, scissors? Do you think they flipped a coin?
That's probably the most dumbfounding thing of it all to me, is like, how?
Or do you think Charles, because he's the oldest one, he's 50, and then, you know, his neighbor Chris is only 36. He's like, you know what? I'm 50. I'll put it on, and you shoot me.
I'm actually somehow left speechless right now, because that has got to be the dumbest thing. Yeah.
Well, it was a .22 caliber rifle, and luckily the vest stopped the bullet. But then he was angry at how much it hurt, so he told Chris to put the vest on. So once Charles got shot by Chris, and he said it hurt so much, he got mad. So he told Chris, well, it's your turn. You put it on.
It's your turn, bro.
And he unloaded a clip into his back. He didn't shoot him once. He unloaded a clip. Well, like I said at the beginning of the story, when they showed up at the hospital, they lied about what had happened at first. Charles didn't want Chris to get into trouble, so he claimed they were paid $200 to protect a, quote, asset, like something out of a movie.
My God.
And then they got into a shootout while they were guarding it. Arkansas. Isn't the great story?
What? Oh, gosh.
Yeah.
What? Mm-mm. No.
Sadly, Charles's wife blew their cover, sadly. Charles's wife blew their cover when she got to the hospital, explained what really happened. Now they're both facing charges for aggravated assault and up to 6 years in jail. Let's see what these 2 bozos look like.
Yep, that's exactly what I pictured.
Yep.
That's literally exactly what I pictured.
Pretty much. They look like my cousins in Missouri. Yep. That's funny.
By the way, it's not called a clip, yo. It's called a magazine.
They unloaded the magazine. That's right.
Somebody just said all caps, it's not called a clip. So I'm assuming they wanted you to say magazine. They didn't say what it was called. Is it called a magazine?
What did they call it? Let's see. They unloaded a clip.
Huh.
Unloaded a clip.
Weird. The news article says clip.
Yeah.
Huh.
two next-door neighbors were at one of the men's homes sitting on the back deck drinking. They then decided to put on a bulletproof vest and took turns shooting each other. Hicks shot Ferris in the chest one time with a .22 caliber semi-automatic rifle. Ferris then took the vest off and Hicks tried it on. Now, according to the police report, Ferris was mad about getting shot and how much it hurt, so he then shot Hicks several times in his back.
Got 3 kids, 2 of them still live at home here.
Okay, they disguised his voice.
Livestock that's right next to them, and they shoot, as many as 50 to 100 rounds at a time. I just want to make sure that it's not just left hanging, no charges. There has to be something done about it with the children that were present. If nothing's done, it could escalate into someone getting seriously injured next time. Maybe somebody that's not on their property.
That neighbor was so worried that they would find out who he was, they disguised his voice.
Gosh.
Guys, gals, children,
friends, Romans, countrymen,
do not,
under any circumstance,
shoot each other while wearing bulletproof vests.
Or just in general.
Yeah, I mean, sure.
Yeah,
because I know the big thing is how many times has Jack and Luke wanted to go out and have a airsoft war? Have they done that?
No.
See? No. Yeah. It was like a few years ago. That was kind of like the big thing was kids going out and shooting airsofts at each other.
Yeah.
Which is so crazy to me.
Hey, same guy that wanted to correct you for calling it a clip wants to know if the news outlet also called it a fully semi-automatic gun.
They did. They did.
Man, this is why I don't like talking to you people.
Dude, whoa. By the way,
I own a handgun.
I called it
and
a clip.
I am embarrassed because,
I think it's it must be a location thing because up north in Montana, we called it a clip. And I think maybe down here, people call it a magazine, I guess. It's like people in Alaska call snowmobiles snow machines. Well, we call them snowmobiles here in America, down here in Montana. All right?
Yeah.
Tell you what. We call it pop up in Montana. Down here, you guys call it Coke or soda. We call it pop. What do you call it? You call it Coke or soda, Steve-O?
I call it Coke.
Coke?
Coke.
What kind of Coke you want?
Coke.
But what kind?
I had this conversation with my part-timer on Sunday.
Yeah?
It's weird to me because you're right. I forget that people really do just call it Coke.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, he was getting the order for me because I'm always stuck there at work, and so he has to go get my food and stuff. And I'm like, yeah, and a large Coke. And he's like, okay, what kind? And I'm like, yeah, Coke, dude.
7-Up.
Coke.
Dr. Pepper. Root beer.
What if they just have Pepsi? And I'm like, well, Pepsi's not Coke. So in that case, Dr. Pepper.
Yeah.
And don't ever have this conversation with me ever again. If I say Coke, that means I want a Coca-Cola.
Coca-Cola. Give me a Coca-Cola.
But I really kind of do just say Coke.
Yeah. There you go. We're learning things, guys.
Yeah, man. Never take an AR-15 to your friend with a bulletproof vest and empty the clip of bullets. It was an AR-15 handgun. It was crazy, man. AR, which we know stands for automatic rifle.
That's right. That's right. All right, let's take a break. Let's take a break. We'll be right back live from the Dreamstar Remodeling Star 88 Studios. Hang on.
Exposing the enemy. Here's a Star 88 PowerPoint from Pastor Jimmy Evans.
What is the foundation of your children? How do you make your decisions? By what's going to make them rich, what's going to make them popular, or what's going to make them blessed? This is what God blesses, not being legalistic. I want my children to be popular. I want my children to be well educated. But I'm saying the most important thing is the Word of God. We'll talk about money for just a minute. God wants you to prosper. Proverbs 10 says, the blessing of the Lord makes one rich, and he has no sorrow with it. You don't lose your health. You don't lose your reputation. You don't lose your marriage. God wants you to prosper. God wants to bless you. The richest man in the history of the world wrote a book called the Book of Proverbs. Solomon was the richest man in the history of the world. He could buy and sell Bill Gates and all those guys 10 times over. He was filthy rich, and he wrote every secret of his wealth in the Book of Proverbs.
That's Jimmy Evans on a PowerPoint from Star 88.
I just need some time, I'm trying to think straight. I just need a moment in my own space. Ask me how I'm doing, I say okay, yeah. But ain't that what we all say? Sometimes I think back to the old days, in the pointless conversations with the old me, yeah. Back when my mama used to hold me, I wish somebody would've told me. If you want love, you gon' have to go through the pain. If you want love, you gon' have to learn how to change. If you want trust, you gon' have to give some away. If you want love, if you want love. Yeah. As a kid, I used to think life was moving so slow, I watch it go by. Look out the window of my bus ride. I thought the world was so small through my closed eyes. I've always tried to control things. In the end, that's what controls me. Maybe that's why I'm controlling. I wish somebody would've told me. If you want love, you gon' have to go through the pain. If you want love, you gon' have to learn how to change. If you want trust, you gon' have to give some away. If you want love, if you want love. The older I get, I feel like I'm always trying to save time. Talking to the voices in my head that make me think twice. Telling me it doesn't mean it's wrong because it feels right. I'm scared that one day I'll wake up and wonder where the time go. Talk about the past like it's the present while I rock slow. I'll sit in the living room and laugh with kids of my own and tell them, if you want love, you gon' have to go through the pain. I wish you would've told me. If you want love, you gon' have to learn how to change. I wish somebody would've told. If you want trust, you gon' have to give some away. You gon' have to give. If you want love, if you want love, if you want love, if you want love.
That's NF. If you want love, just come on in, bud.
No.
Come on in here. 8:38.
I today have 69 degrees.
What's going on in the news today?
Some members of Team Mueller believe the Attorney General failed to adequately characterize the findings of their inquiry, that the stuff in the report is worse for this president than as summarized.
Joe Biden taking to Twitter to address the controversy surrounding him.
I will be more mindful and respectful of people's personal space.
Celebrities accused of scamming their kids' way into college facing a judge.
Some of these parents are going to serve prison time.
Reports indicate the crew of Ethiopian Airlines Flight 302 did follow Boeing's emergency procedures, but were unable to regain control of the plane.
Democratic chairman of the House Ways and Means Committee has formally requested the past 6 years of the president's personal and business tax returns.
The House Judiciary Committee voted along party lines to authorize subpoenas for the full release of the Mueller report without redactions.
A boy missing since he was 6 years old. Has he been found alive all these years later?
And now, today's millennial moment.
My parents keep telling me if I live at home, I have to stop ordering food from DoorDash and Bite Squad. Okay.
Then let's see if you can bring dinner to my room faster than they do.
That was today's millennial moment.
Yeah.
Gosh, can you imagine, Steve-O, if we were growing up, if we were kids in 2019? We had it so hard, guys. So hard back in the day. We didn't have DoorDash. We didn't have Uber and that Lyft. You know? We didn't have things like that. We actually had to get up, go and get it. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the show. Thanks for joining us. We're learning things today. Remember what I said about April Fools? It's usually the aftermath of April Fools that I quite enjoy because, you know, people take it next level sometimes. And I found one, and I would like to see if you guys think it's next level. YouTubers, Cole and Savannah. I'm sure you guys follow them.
Oh, dude, I read this morning. I'm so glad we're talking about this.
They are pretty famous on YouTube, and they are facing backlash for a video they posted in which they play a prank on their 6-year-old daughter by telling her they were giving away her puppy.
We haven't even told the vlog yet. You want to tell the vlog? No? You want your mama to?
Basically, we're giving Carl away to somebody else because we feel like we can't take good enough care of him at our house. We feel like we're always gone, we're always filming, or we're out and about, or at dance competitions all day, or, you know, we're always just busy doing stuff, number one.
So if you don't know much about Cole and Savannah, the couple, they got married in 2017, and each had their own vlogging careers before they merged and created a blog family empire under their channel, The LeBront Fam. They have 8.7 million subscribers on YouTube. Savannah has 5 million Instagram followers. Her husband has 4 million. Sav's daughter from a previous relationship has 4.3 million followers. And the couple's 3-month-old daughter has 1.1 million followers. Okay, so that's how popular and famous this family is, okay?
I just quit.
Well, their puppy, Carl, has an impressive 800,000 Instagram followers. It's a cute puppy, though. Oh, my gosh, look at that dog. Cute kid, too. Well, yeah, April Fool's Day, the couple posted a video on their YouTube channel called We Have to Give Our Puppy Away, saying goodbye forever. And the description is, we didn't think Everly would be this sad about it. Well, you can imagine what people did because their daughter started bawling. She started crying. There's a video of her face down on the couch. And they said they decided to give Carl away to somebody else because they're too busy to properly take care of him. It poops, pees all over the house, and she feels he needs to be taken outside more often. Well, then, of course, after, you know, a little bit, they start cracking up and reveal that it was an April Fool's Day prank. Well, people are losing their minds. Did they take it too far? I have my thoughts, but I want to hear what you guys think. What do you think? Did they take it too far? Do you think that's kind of a messed up prank to play on your little kid? What do you think?
Do you want my honest opinion?
I'm going to guess you're going to say no.
What?
Yeah. Am I wrong?
Very wrong.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
If there is one thing that I want for all 3 of my sons, it's that they can trust me. Period. The end. So I don't do stupid stuff
You
like
don't do
this.
April Fool's Day stuff?
Not like this. Like, it's how long's the video? Isn't it like an 18-minute video? It's like a long video, right? Like, they dragged this out for a bit.
Yeah, like 15 minutes.
15 minutes. It's not like, hey, we played this thing, April Fools. For 15 minutes, this girl is like snotty crying. And at an age when she's trusting everything. And now all they did was completely break her trust for a stupid YouTube video.
Well, I disagree with you.
Of course you do.
I don't see. Why can't you have a good? Okay, maybe it was that they drug it out a little too long.
It's mean-spirited, though. The intent of the video was to make their child cry. Like, that's literally the intent of the video. It's not comical, like Brody's teacher putting gummy worms in their pencil boxes. April Fools. That's fun. It's literally mean-spirited with the intent to make them cry, like the videos that Jimmy Kimmel always does, like when he tells the parents to prank them and say they ate all of the Halloween candy.
Those are great. I love those.
I don't like you, man. He also liked the fail videos, and I hate him.
I know.
I hate watching
kids getting hurt on Instagram.
People getting hurt.
Hey, man, it's life. We all get hurt.
Dude, I felt like yesterday, Star Me member started following me on Instagram and then like tagged me in a video and was like, "Dude, check this out," because we were talking about electronic scooters yesterday, e-scooters. And there was this old man on the scooter going, and he goes to try and wave at somebody and loses control and face plants on brick.
Oh, my God.
And it was like this old man, and I was like...
Can you send me that?
No. I flagged it as inappropriate, and they took it down.
Oh, my gosh. The
Carl
LeBron
says,
fam.
Yeah, Carl says, dude, the intent was to get likes. They're jerks. They filmed a video to make their kid cry.
You have to come up with content. If you want to be successful on YouTube, you have to have content. I keep telling the guys, let's put Brody in the sauna on our YouTube channel.
Yeah.
And they won't go for it.
Dento says, I hit my son in the face with a snowball when he was 3 and he got a bloody nose. I felt so bad and my wife wanted to murder me. Yeah. Dan said, if someone did something like that to their kid in school, they would be furious. Trish says you have to be sensitive to your child and what they can handle. Clearly, this girl was ugly crying and was sad. Now, how can she ever trust her parents?
Well, I guess they addressed all the hate that they received.
This video shout-out goes
we just got back from...
Oh, wait. I've got 2 things going here. I guess go follow them and you can hear it, but they addressed all the hate. And I love the fact that they disabled the comments.
Yeah.
I like that. If you have kids and stuff and you're doing one of these family blogs, I don't think you should have the comment section on. You know, you don't want your kids going there and reading all what the trolls have to say.
Yeah.
They're downright mean.
I'm trying to think, like, if I've ever pranked Brody in such a way that made him cry. Like, intentionally, like, oh, man, this is going to be... Oh, you know what?
Did you?
Uh-huh.
What'd you do?
Yes.
What'd you do?
Call me out, everybody.
What'd you do?
I do remember it. It was when I went... Where did I go? Doesn't matter. Went out of town for a few days. Got presents for the Jeter boys because that's how you do when you're a parent. And so came back and, it was when Chrissy and I, for her birthday, when I surprised her and took her to California. And we got all 3 boys gifts. And we came home and it was like a suitcase and... All right, Jeter boys, and so Jack, we got you this, and Luke, we got you this, and then Brody was standing there like super excited, and I'm like looking in the suitcase, and I'm like, huh, I must have left yours in California.
Oh my gosh, poor Brody.
Even though Brody had the biggest present of all 3 of the boys.
Did he start crying?
Dude. I'm trying to like just calmly get through the story. He like dropped his head and just started crying and walked over to Chrissy bawling. And I was like, I don't know that I've ever felt lower.
Yeah, I know, right?
Because I was trying to be funny in the moment. I already had it. I bought him a Bumblebee plush, like teddy bear Bumblebee that he could sleep with. So I was so excited to give it to him. Like I got him the biggest gift because Brody. And so I already had my hand on it and I was waiting because I was going to go, and he walked away dejected. And it was like,
I've been there.
I just broke my son's heart for like a 2-second prank. Like literally, I don't know how they kept it going for 15 minutes with their girl snotty crying. Because I instantaneously was like, no, Brody, I'm just, boom, Bumblebee. And he was like, and he like walked back to me and he like got it, but then walked and like didn't say thank you or like hug me. He grabbed it and walked back over to Chrissy. Yeah. And she just like consoled him, like he was just being funny. And I was like, I'll never do that again.
Brody, were you mad?
Never do that again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
Yep. I broke the soul of my favorite human being.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
I know. I've been there.
Oh.
I know. Ugh.
Like 2 seconds, guys. I had my hand on the plush Bumblebee.
Yeah, you're right. All right. I agree.
See, Austin says the difference is you felt bad immediately, and those parents kept it going for 15 minutes.
Oh, they're fine.
Just snotty crying. Heartbroken.
Yeah.
And this is a time where you're teaching them trust and, oh man, like you want your kids to always like know that they can depend on you, they can trust what you say, which is why parents, we also, when we like yell at them and say, if you ever do that again, I'm going to A, B, and C, we have to follow through with it, even though sometimes we say stupid things when we're angry and now we have to throw away all their toys. We have to do those things because they have to know that when you say something, your word is your word and you mean what you say. Because then they're going to go, and that's when they stop caring about discipline or all of the threats that you do that you don't say because you've just completely lost control and their trust and respect.
Yeah.
Period.
Well, they got a video, a 15-minute video where they apologize and they say, hey, sorry for our misjudgment. We'll be better. And thank you for all your support.
Oh, you better be better.
We'll be better.
Our first spring break trip. Everybody's at dance right now. We just dropped her back off. We might look a little sunburned. And we're literally filming this minutes before we're posting it just because we feel it's needed.
We lost 1 million subscribers, so we need to apologize.
Yeah, dude. Million.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
The life of a YouTube celebrity.
Mm-hmm.
That's insane. They got 8.7 million subscribers. And it's just them vlogging about their life. But kids love it. Yeah. Adults love it. They get sucked in.
Our boy Lee said that's jacked up what those parents did. Wait till the parents are old. That kid's going to feed him with the slingshot if they keep it up.
Oh, my gosh.
You never know, man. Never know.
It's crazy.
Yep.
Well, speaking of YouTube, go subscribe to our channel. Don't Sweat the Small Stuff
No
TV.
children were harmed in the making of Don't Sweat the Small Stuff.
Let's get Brody in there, dude. See?
You know what the funny thing is? More often than not, that's the person that people keep saying we need to interview.
That's
but
what I'm
like,
saying. We're not going to hurt Brody.
Child.
Really? It's not like we're sticking him in a microwave or something. Brody, you want to go in?
Nah.
Okay.
Beck says, I agree with Steve 100%. My boyfriend likes to joke like that with his son, but I always ruin it because I can't stand making kids feel this way. So now, anytime my boyfriend tells his son anything, he immediately looks at me for confirmation. See?
Yeah.
Trust, bro.
You're right.
Trust.
You're right.
Katie says, I love pranks, but if those pranks need you to lie, then they're not worth it. How can we teach our kids not to lie if we are, quote, lying ourselves?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good call. Good call.
Mm-hmm.
Talking about this YouTube couple getting a little bit of heat for an April Fool's Day video where they told their 6-year-old they're going to give away their puppy. Sorry, puppy's going bye-bye.
Yeah.
It pees and poops everywhere.
And we're just done.
We're too busy.
We're done. We're so busy, guys, with our successful YouTube channel. We're taking a hiatus from puppy life. Sorry, but pup's gone forever.
I love how they start their video when they apologize. Sorry, guys, we've been on vacation, as you can see.
We're sunburned. Oh my gosh, you guys!
Just spending all that YouTube money.
The sun went to our brains.
We went to
didn't mean
Barbados
to harm our child,
and then we flew to Paris for a weekend, and then we went over to Australia, and then back to the United States. But we stopped in New York, and then went to Miami for a couple days. But we're home. And we're sorry.
Yeah. So here we go. Teaching moment or mean-spirited? My 9-year-old loves to jump out of corners and scare his 6-year-old little brother who cries every time. And we've told him to stop, but he doesn't. So my husband hid around the end of an aisle at a store and jumped out and scared the 9-year-old, and he wept.
He wept.
It was hilarious.
I'll show you.
Yeah. Dude, that's one thing we definitely do in the Jeter household. Regularly.
But
it's like, where's Brody? And then we're like looking around and he's like hiding in the laundry basket.
Yeah.
Like we are all, you've got to be on guard at the Jeter household.
That's funny. Hey, go ahead.
Hi, guys.
Hi.
Hi.
It's Brett.
Yeah,
Hi,
well,
Brett.
duh.
What you doing, Brett?
Hi.
Hi.
Dude, I rocked some retail
Hey
therapy
guys,
yesterday,
it's
and I
Britt.
felt really bad because I didn't call you. I'm really sorry.
What?
Yeah, I know. I got some new shoes.
You know what?
I got a few pair of pants.
That's like the one thing I hate about your four is that you withdraw
Yeah.
and then you come back
Yeah,
and
I
then
do.
you withdraw.
Yeah. You
I
know
feel
what?
at times it can be a little emotionally abusive, but okay.
Wow.
All
Wow.
right.
Just throwing that term out there. That's fine.
Guys, I was calling because I love pranks. I absolutely love pranks. Like, I hope my kids have thick skin because I'm going to prank their little butt.
Have you seen your kids' skin? They do not have thick skin. It's like translucent. They're so white.
They're so white.
Yeah. So
That's true.
Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, so,
That was a
but
joke.
yeah, everyone that knows me knows they can't take me serious. They're like, no, I don't know if you're telling the truth.
Yeah, exactly.
I like to play around.
Yeah,
all the time.
that means nobody trusts you.
You pranked
That's
us,
why we don't
Seth.
share intimate things with you and like share our real life with you because we don't trust you.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sure. Okay. Whatever.
What do you
Yeah,
got? What do you got planned for
Hey.
Conspiracy Thursday? What's the topic tonight? I might tune in.
Q&A.
Oh,
It's
cool.
Q&A.
Q&A tonight.
Of Flat Earth. Okay. No, but seriously, all my friends know that I'm such like a prankster that I had like 2 or 3 friends call me on Monday to prank their husbands. Do you guys want to hear the worst one?
Yes.
Yes.
I'm going to judge you. Just
my
I
friend
want to
Desiree-
prepare you. So go.
Oh, I don't care. Everyone judges me.
Yep.
I'm used
Truth.
to that. Hey, so my friend Desiree, her husband is a huge Cubs fan. And so she was like, we have to get him somehow. And I'm like, okay, let's do it. So I guess her head a little gullible. But so I text him and I'm like, he doesn't have my phone number. So I'm like, hey, is this Mark? And he was like, yeah, who's this? And I said, you're the winner of 2 tickets to see the Chicago Cubs play the Milwaukee Brewers on April 5th. We've been trying to call the listed work number, but the receptionist said that you no longer work there.
Oh, my God.
So he wrote back and he's all, I don't know who this is, but I'll need to decline. I won't be able to fly to Milwaukee next week to see the game. I said, sir, this is Allstate Insurance. Your wife Desiree put you in a drawing. Airfare and lodging included. We need you to email your passport and state ID to get you registered for the flight.
Oh,
Would
my
this be an
gosh.
okay time to call and discuss the specifics? He's like, I'm at work right now. I'll need a few more minutes. So then he waited 30 minutes and he called Desiree during this time. And he tells Desiree, did you enter us into something? And she's like, I don't know. I mean, I probably did. And then he was like, well, pack your bags because I guess we're going to Milwaukee.
Oh.
And then he wrote me 30 minutes later. He's like, I'm available to talk now. And I wrote him back. I said, sir, our deepest condolences. You waited too long to respond. Your tickets were donated to the Animal Humane Society.
Oh, my
Would you like
God.
to make an additional contribution to them?
What did he do? How did he respond?
Britt, we can't be friends because you don't mess with a man in baseball.
Yeah.
This hurts my soul on the deepest level.
Did he cry?
I am offended for him.
That's messed up.
He was
Oh.
so sad. It was so hilarious.
That's not
I'm sad, you guys. No,
Oh,
I'm
man.
such an empathetic person, but when it comes to pranks, I'm not empathetic at
Yeah.
all.
Pranks on adults
Matter
are
of
fun.
fact,
Don't do it to kids.
Wow.
That's what we
Oh
learned.
yeah, no.
All
But
right.
I love pranking people.
All right. Well, we got to go, Britt.
Let you guys know.
Good to know.
Okay,
Never
love
trusting
you
you again.
guys.
Love you too. Bye.
The
Britt McVeigh.
worst. She's fired.
All right.
I can't trust anything she says now.
All right, guys, we got to go to break. Shock Therapy Live is coming up next.
Tony Evans. This is a Star 88 Supernova.
Let me tell you why sheep need shepherds. Sheep need shepherds because sheep are among the dumbest, most stupid,